I got.
It was party. It depends on how you want to give it up.
Oh, then okay. So I don't know what the magic item I'm getting from
Well, it's not.
Fragile is.
It's not so much like Adventures League is like, and you get Cedric gets the blasting. It's when the party gets loot. You can figure out what happens.
Well, yeah.
More like
I
horde
think you
loot
can have
as
it.
opposed to
I mean,
individual.
yeah. I feel like we're probably going to give it to you as the most magic heavy player.
Wait, whoa! Have you not seen Orion? He's pretty just.
I mean, he's magical in that he's awesome, but like
Listen, he's a sorcerer and a wizard, so
Low key a
I
sorcerer.
don't remember that, but all right.
Wait, Orion's a sorcerer and a
you guys
wizard.
forgot. You guys must
Totally
have
forgot about that part.
I totally forgot that it was your side job. I'm sorry.
It's more, and this is a DM drop for the most part. Some of you can't do anything with mundane weapons, and the circuit of blasting is scorching ray.
Oh yeah, no, I was kidding.
JK.
That you should have it. We have the
Yellow tends
braces,
to use a crossbow,
which is probably for Zana.
What? No, who? What?
bracers for
The
you.
braces of archery.
Yeah,
And
I do
we also
shoot
have
stuff.
20 +1 arrows. For
That's probably
you.
also Zana.
Speed potion casts haste, non-concentration, which is probably me or
Yeah,
Just go to anyone,
Donovan.
really.
You or Donovan,
Yeah.
depending on who's slower.
Yeah.
I mean, we're both pretty slow.
We're both equally slow, plus it gives you an extra melee attack if you want to use it that way.
So the bracers of archery, do I just look for the stats on there and see what it does?
+2 damage. Yeah, you just modify your sheet.
Okay, that works.
What does the circuit blasting do?
Circular blasting allows you to once per long rest, or basically once per day, cast scorching ray.
Scorching ray.
+5.
Right.
So three bolts, and it's at +5 to hit ray. It's
So the
not,
crossbow bolt?
not a very accurate set of bolts.
We have 4 potions of greater healing, which we should probably split up between the group. Zana, you have 20 +1 arrows.
Woo!
We have 20 +1 crossbow bolts. Would that work in my arm? Which, like, just out of curiosity, I don't really need them. Okay, well, Layla can have them. I was wondering.
Would other ammo work in your arm? Yes, it would.
Okay. Well, you can have them because I don't use my crossbow or my arm enough.
I use
I
my
actually need them.
crossbow quite a bit,
Yep.
and that's just +1 to hit and to damage.
And considered a magical attack, yeah.
Ooh, and magic.
So bracers do +2 to damage, and so do the +1 arrows, so it should be +3 damage.
Yes. If you
So your
use
next 20
them,
shots.
you'll always get the +2. You have a finite amount, and you'll have to track how many of those arrows you're actually using, as opposed to your mundane I don't give a shit about.
Okay, gotcha.
I already added the 500 gold of the party funds, too.
Yeah, well, it appears the party funds are about to get depleted a bit.
Pretty much. Yeah. Did anybody have any objections about using like 1,000 of the gold to buy Bart stuff?
Oh, I do, but yeah, I'm gonna be
Is there maybe
overruled.
something we could do to like lessen that price?
No,
Black
it's,
market,
don't
so
ask.
probably not.
It's
Oh,
no
straight up.
questions.
Okay.
You take it
Yeah.
or you leave it, or
I'd like to buy a horse,
1,000's good. Why do you need a horse?
so I
He
don't have
doesn't
to
like to
walk
walk.
everywhere.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Nobles.
How much would a horse cost?
Let's take a look.
I guess
no.
depends on the type of horse.
We would get you the cheapest horse possible, so that you're slightly uncomfortable while you're being walked on it.
I need something a bit more comfortable than that.
Nope, that's all you get.
I completely forgot. I mentioned this in the chat, but I forgot to ask everyone if it was okay for me to use. I think it's 450 now because I got a 10% discount
Yes.
on the arm. If we have objections, I'm fine with not getting it.
So,
I'm good with that.
Oh,
It's
wait.
helpful to the party.
are you sure you want to go like get a tinkerer guy to go check it out and not just let me do it? I'm just saying it might be cheaper, but with the 10%, that's also pretty good.
I feel like there's a chance that it messes up if you like rush it, and then I don't know that you're trained enough, so it might mess up and then just
I go to a professional tinkerer.
yeah.
That's true.
However, going off that idea, because it's a pretty good one. I don't think your background is like a craftsman. That's what you do.
Yeah.
But you're welcome to sit in with his session so you can get an idea of how his arm works in case it breaks in the field.
That's a good point.
I will do that
So
after I finish fighting and I get my tea.
Yeah, you guys definitely had a short list of things to do. So I feel that based off of what effectively Donovan has listed as doing, that's fine. You wouldn't be there every single day or every single session, but enough to get an idea of how his arm. And as a tinkerer, you're smart enough to keep that moving forward. You didn't be able to upgrade it, but you could maintain it like you.
Sweet.
Yeah, so
So is that no to the objections?
No
it sounds
objections
like
I wanna
to
make sure.
purchase?
I have no objections.
Okay, cool.
I don't really see. Well, Cedric doesn't really see the need to buy Bart's stuff. He's dead for all he cares. For all he knows, I mean.
They're probably also badass weapons, but that's not really a good reason to buy them. I don't think, because that's expensive as hell.
Yeah.
Mental value.
Well, the rapier is obviously magical.
Yeah. He has a bunch of magic shit, so it's probably magic stuff. And also, if he is alive, which Layla still holds out hope for, she wants to give it back to him. And if not, it's a nice token of memory.
Yeah.
Reason why we're
Were
doing
you
shit.
that infatuated with him?
He was so nice.
I mean,
Also, I feel bad about getting him killed.
Like, I do want to point out that technically, Zana's known him longer than you.
That's true. Like, I would probably give it to Zana.
I mean,
Not gonna lie.
you're already. Don't cheat on Mask.
Listen, we
Shit,
are
man.
not in a committed relationship, so it's fine.
So, since lots
We
of
are not
talking,
exclusive.
your question, if you would like to buy a horse, it's 100 gold. They have short lives outside of the city. FYI.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Please don't buy a horse to die.
Why would I buy a horse just to kill it?
Because you're gonna take it outside of the city and it's gonna get killed.
A large
A
source
lot of
food.
horses go outside the city. They're expendable.
Yeah, but is 100 gold just to throw it away?
Hey, my comfort needs money to spend on it.
He
You
did
just
not.
died twice. Do we
he didn't
really want to
spend
invest in
anything.
your comfort?
Of everyone who spends something, I think
Oh, yeah.
Donovan has
That's
spent
true.
some
I
money
can't
and
say
time.
anything.
I haven't
Ryan
spent a
has.
single bit of the party's gold.
Yeah,
Shall be
I
thankful
don't
for
care.
that.
Correction. You have spent 1,000 of our gold to bring you back
Ah.
Oh,
Hey,
Nice.
you guys didn't have to
Thank
do
you.
that.
to life. You knew I was gonna do it.
No,
I
we need to
said I was
remember
gonna
these
do it.
I
things
was
in the
dead.
future.
It's not like I could
This
object.
is why I mentioned that nobody's bringing you back a third time. It's not happening. We now understand how much you value your life and care that we care about you.
A scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the comfort of his horse. So about a 3.
That's pretty important to me.
Comfort.
If I can get the 1,000 to buy Bart's stuff, I'll let you have the 100 for a horse.
Fine.
That's my personal opinion.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care if you want to spend that money. I just want the 100 gold for a horse. Spend the rest on whatever you want.
Any objections to that?
Well, it
I
would
don't-
sound like there's no objections to 450 for Orion and the arm upgrades. No objections for the 100 and Cedric's horse. And no objections for the 1,000 for Layla's Bart stuff.
Yep.
So
That's
assuming,
the top brand.
assuming you have all that money and you guys are tracking it, because the second I find
Yeah.
I've been tracking it. We're
Okay.
at 1,000 right now.
with
Has
all
to be the top
expect-
breed.
Huh?
One of the best.
You want one of the best? Okay,
You're,
that's
you're gonna get
Oh
a horse.
no.
You get
I'm
100.
curious, how much do those cost?
the top horse that's currently for sale, mind you, is 500 gold. And there are still better horses that are simply not for sale.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Wait, what makes that one better? Just faster?
It's not to get into like horse breeding or anything, but it's the equivalent of a charger, like a stallion, a Clydesdale.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
like
much-
a warrior,
it's like-
warrior's mount.
Yes, like a war horse.
Mm.
Ah, yeah. Those would survive a lot more.
They have a better chance, and generally speaking, after you have the war horse, you're going to want to spend more gold on things like barding, because at that point you've got a knight's steed without casting.
In
Fine
any
Steed.
case, as long as Cedric doesn't have to walk on the ground again for another long distance, he doesn't
We can
care if he has a
always
horse or
drag
not.
you.
We could drag you. That's
You could
an
carry me.
You could
No.
sit in my bag of
No,
holding,
drag.
Drag you,
my
yes.
haversack.
How
You could
strong
sit in the
are you,
haversack.
Orion, as a
You
dwarf?
can sit in my haversack.
Oh god.
Sit in the haversack.
Another
I
double.
hope you guys have learned your lesson from Safina there, that there's ways to kill yourself outside of combat.
Oh.
Yeah, don't go into the haversack.
In any case, if we could find like a carriage or I don't know, a caravan that I could just ride the carriages on, I don't care if I buy a horse or not.
You can get land vehicles. Pretty sure a few of you at least have even the proficiency
I meant
to do it.
like another merchant's caravan or wagon train that we took all the way to do at Essam.
Yeah, you could wait for a caravan to leave. Yeah, they wait
Well,
for.
whatever. I don't really need the horse as much as I'd like to have one.
So we're not using the horse?
Yeah, whatever you guys decide on, I need to facilitate the answer to it. So do you want the
Nah,
horse or
don't
not?
bother then. See,
Okay.
I haven't spent any of your guys' money yet.
Except for the
Yeah.
1,000. Okay.
Except for the resurrection.
That doesn't count. I didn't
I
ask
guess
them to.
technically you didn't spend.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just like go back and get the gold back and just like.
Just
But then
unresurrect.
we're stealing from
Undo
the
it.
church.
Undo
Yeah,
it.
just undo it.
Just
If you
undo.
could just let him die now, that would be great.
I don't think churches do that sort of service.
Well, it depends on the god. I'm
mean,
sure some of them are into sacrifice, right?
Listen, Layla's
Yeah.
very.
Yes, but would Layla, a good alignment person, let that happen?
With you, maybe.
I don't think so.
At this point, she's probably like, he wants to die. He wants to be dead.
It's for the best for him to let him just pass on.
Just let him know.
The mercy deathing.
Oh. Also, our XP from last time was 2,000, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Plus a bump for MVP.
Which I was not.
Did we do MVP?
No one really voted, no, so no one gets MVP.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, I would have voted for Stefano, but he's dead, so.
Yeah.
Right, so then it would have been a pointless vote. Like, no one would have won.
Mm-hmm.
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Safina's got all potentiality if he gets back to me with it. Let's see. We shall see. There are still 5 remaining players in the season. Any other outstanding shenanigans that we need to go through? So the spending of money was one.
I had mentioned, I know when I originally talked to Rigel that I did not say that Rune was most likely the source.
Yes.
But I did mention that I changed my mind over the week and I did tell Rigel about him.
All right, so I'll go from where all these images are. I'm gonna go counterclockwise, starting with you for changes and whatnot. So where we left off with your conversations with Rigel was that you were hiding the names involved, and now you are outright saying yes, Runedark.
Yes, talking that I'll tell him that I was thinking about it and I remembered Rundar and the crows should be looked into. I remember he knew the information. He may be the source of what's going on.
For trivia, for about 50 points, why are the crows being brought up at all? We're going to do both a recap, because there's so much information, and trivia together. Layla says the doctor has crow magic. Crow? They were in Duodecim.
There are like 2 gnomes in Duodecim.
Ryan typing. For whatever reason, they were researching mine. Site and Lord Balthazar. Alright, so Layla, inspiration is correct. Then Orion, Donna split 25, as they're both partially correct. Originally, the conversation was brought up because you were trying to figure out why exactly people were sent down back into the mines after you warned them not to. Hence, why was someone doing that? Of which they mentioned, hey, they were people who were vaguely interested in this. Took the first opportunity to go back down the mines when they had to release it, people to be able to go back in there. So they skirted around the law a little bit, or like caused government pressure. And there were people from Crow who were. That said, the Doctor also, all indications point to him being from Crow from the book that Cedric had. As far as like Nellicite and Lord Balthazar, that's another lead that you got from Balefire, because he was technically working for him. Last surviving person you could talk to in the mines. It's everyone else is kind of dead.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're still on Zana, so talk about. Spent a lot of your time that week.
Yeah, kind of waiting for Bart and helping Note through kind of what happened.
Okay. Well, outside of the shield Orion and getting from Rigel and the sword and the shield that Bart had to end up in the Black Market the last day, you do not see any signs of Bart returning. Mine 7 has been sealed from the outside, so the tram no longer goes to the 7th mine. There are no contracts going to the 7th mine. Guard remains there. No permit added, legally. At the 7th day, you will have event. We'll get to that when we're done everyone's stuff, though. Event.
Yeah, unless nothing happens at the various places I went to.
No.
Nothing really interesting happened to me.
Yeah, for you, yours will be very quick. You drank and visited many a horror. Then. Okay.
Is it many a hooker?
Yeah, many a hooker.
All right, you do you.
I mean, literally was in there. Anywho.
Safety first.
I'd imagine you're involved with some consultation, pieces from the party, and that. Well, Donovan, you have a lot of activity during your week. Can't count some of it. Go ahead.
Well, firstly, me being outside and everything, I had written a letter to Crystallis detailing, not everything, obviously, because that would raise a few questions, and I don't need that in my life right at this moment. I asked to get my brand removed, and, what did I oh yes, I asked for my stipend to be given to someone in Crystallis for them to hold on to it in case I die, and for funerals and such.
Mm-hmm. And talked to Sunder some. Got some books on parenting. Got some plate armor.
Oh, yes. About that plate armor, can I return it? Because I realize I'm not strong enough to actually hold it. I have a 14.
No, you're stuck with it. It's going in the haversack.
Why did you buy it?
Some push-ups. Just do some push-ups.
See, and that's why I follow that up with, once the condolas come to remove my brand, I'm going to the city and I'm going into the pits to fuck for a while.
Fight.
Hey.
Well, the candle, it's a 7th day event, so candle hasn't arrived yet. So that means you can spend any time in the arena, right?
Oh, bloody! All right.
Did you find someone to look at Sunder?
I can't. I'm still branded. I can't go inside the city at all.
So we're all doing things, and Donovan's just sitting outside.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just like talking to Sunder.
Well, at least you weren't there to see the blinding explosion of light.
Blinded by the light. Oh yeah, lots of things happened that probably no one's privy to because Donovan's outside, just hanging outside. So maybe Zana would, because I'd imagine she isn't spending her time in the city if she doesn't have to console Note.
No, I don't like the city.
So probably.
But he's like the best place ever.
So Zana and Zana, Note, and Donovan are party outside the city.
It's like, well, I think the forest is the best place ever, but some people don't feel that way.
Yeah, but there's no bees there.
So
Somebody
I
knows.
was sleeping, of course, and you might have seen Sunder glow a little bit. It was very faint at first, but then suddenly what would it look like? A sun bursting in your face, or like a very hot candle?
Best way to think about that is if someone set up like a strobe light real quick,
Oh,
or like a flare, like a
oh, that's worse.
Roman candle esque.
So yeah, that happens, and I wake up in a sweat because I was. Oh, that was lots of light. But it's not as bright as it is inside. And so I'll just look at you and be like, ha, my eyeballs.
What was that?
It was, I asked Oswin to look around for a few items, and apparently fire looks like an ever-burning lantern. Or candle. I can't really remember right now. It was a really bright light. So basically, I had Sunder hold it because he is the one inside of the sword who can make permanent changes, whereas Oswin can only make temporary changes. So he was playing with that. It was right for a few seconds, but then he opened it, and it got really bright.
You experimented with the sword.
Why
Yes,
do I
ma'am.
feel like this is the scene in Harry Potter where Dumbledore finds Tom Riddle and bursts the fucking cabinet into flames in front of him for his first bout of magic?
But hey, at least I didn't use the acid.
Weren't you asking us if you should experiment, and didn't we all say no?
I mean, I don't remember that.
Is there a reason?
Tinkerer gnome.
Is there a reason you didn't listen to the group?
I had an adult.
You had an adult?
Yes.
Is the adult living in your sword?
Yes.
How old are you, Donovan?
I'm 65.
He's pretty old.
Are you sure about that?
Oh yeah. Gnome's age.
They
So
they are eternally young.
So what you're telling me is that you'll ask us our opinion, you won't listen to it, and you'll still experiment with your sword. This time it was just a bright burst of light. What if it's something that could kill us all? That could kill you?
Well, if I die, I'm sure you'll go on without me and live happy lives.
I see you missed
I'll have
the
no one
us
to
all.
remember me.
But you missed the us all part.
See, and that's why I'm not experimenting it when you're all with me. That's why I don't do that.
I was right next to you.
I was asleep. I didn't see you get there. Note was really quiet. I'm sorry.
Right now, I am losing a lot of trust in you because you asked us our opinion. You didn't listen to our opinion. And you could have killed me just because you're like, oh, no one is around. Do you think of other people other than yourself?
I do.
Were you actually thinking of other people, or were you just like, oh, this is a cool sword, let's experiment with it?
I'm going to Sheaves Thunder. I think of other people. I'm sorry.
Where is your judgment in terms of this sword? I'm concerned about it mainly because I don't think you know what you're doing. And I'm not saying that you can't learn what to do, but you're going in dangerous ground that could make us lose you. It could make us lose a lot.
Already lost Athena.
Yeah, like that unfortunately that wasn't related to Sunder.
Yeah, that was a Cedric thing.
But that was a Cedric didn't listen, but that's fine.
No, I listened. He wanted me to do that.
He wanted you to not say it. He specifically wanted you to not tell him where you were, so that he could not sacrifice himself. But that's fine.
No pointing fingers. It was still a lot of fun.
Yeah, like no point.
Kind of get a new character. It'll be okay. Go ahead.
So, I mean, if you ask us our opinion, is there even any point of us giving it to you in the future? If you're just going to do it anyway?
I don't really. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Aww.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take note. You stay here and you just kind of think about that because you really need to think about what you just did. You're lucky that no one got hurt.
I know.
Donovan's grounded.
And I can't trust people I care about being around you right now. So you say over here, and when you think that, I don't know, if you ever feel like you are prepared to actually trust what your companions say or listen to us, then please come and talk.
Okay.
On the other note, moving counterclockwise, Cedric spent a week with whores and out. It was very
And gambling.
And gambling. I'm so sorry. You flushed, which means you gained some money and lost some money, and you netted to 0.
Perfect.
You effectively probably won enough to handle all of your tabs for alcohol and your whoring. We'll make it that way. So you had a grand old time away from caves.
Finally. Vacation.
R&R. And the horse, whether or not we're doing that.
No, don't bother.
Not bothering with the horse. All right, Orion, you had a jam-packed week.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can recount some of these activities. You got 2 of your upgrades performed on your arm. Given that Donovan is outside, you could escort him into watch, depending on his mental state of affairs. So you'll have those upgrades were performed. You got the plate armor from your son, which you can wear. You had a few good talks with your son. You had some private activities you performed in, which no one would have seen. I'm giving a few of these updates. And lots more. You asked Rigel to not let Balefire leave the city based off of his descriptions, and there were no reports of him leaving the city. Also to keep an eye out for him so that you could murder him or interrogate him. Rough him up a little bit. Something negative. Other things. You asked lots of questions. What else am I missing?
I think that's about it.
Okay.
Because I don't think the whole Dante conversation would have happened since Layla already bought it.
It still would have happened.
The same day.
Yeah, it's the same day.
Oh, okay.
So Dante was available on the first day and the final day, so the 7th day. So you were able to ask some questions then, the beginning and the end. And you can still have them, and he would have still told you, yeah, that's a cool story, brah, but you should probably just have someone else do it besides me. And by then, Layla, who is spending her, no, let's segue over to Layla, who spent her entire week getting inroads with the guild there and making a few contacts of her own after a Dante introduction, would have seen it in the black market and the terms and conditions. And then, of course, you get your old shield back.
Yep.
Hence sparking all the WTF conversations that past couple days.
You said that so nonchalantly, and I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a second. Is it like my old shield? No, it's exactly your old shield. You would recognize it. And yeah, so Layla, you definitely have some inroads. The guild here is very different than the one in Crystallis, as there's only one. They spent all of their time effectively having good fronts and covers. Whereas in Crystallis, there were many of them, and it was much more like, a lot like gang or...
Yeah.
That covered...
I sent you a thing that I forgot to send you earlier in Discord.
Is it?
Well, I didn't send it in Discord. I sent it in Roll20.
I'm about to say thank you for sending it in Roll20 because I can't switch it in Discord. It screws up the stream.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say as vaguely as possible that you do that, and you definitely are building a resilience to it, but not getting very far. So it hurts.
Yeah.
It's an active pain. You're doing what Orion does in real life. Like, I am subjecting myself to pain, but is the good pain.
So good. Such good pain.
Such good pain.
And then since I have Bart's stuff and this, like, it's last day stuff, so I don't know if I'd be able to do it or not, but is there somebody in town who would be able to do a locate person or like a scrying type spell?
Yes, because you were using them attempting to find Balefire. So you'd already know people. involved with those services.
I would like to find one of those people and see if they could use the rapier or the shield to find whether or not Bart is still on this plane, alive, dead, anything like that. See if they can get anything out of it.
To what level do you want to know? Because it depends. It's going to depend on the ritual, whether or not what plane that they're on. What continent they're on. Like the more vague you get.
At this point, she kind of just wants to know if he's alive or dead.
Okay, that's an easy enough ritual. They say the rapier looks like it's got some significant value. It would take under an hour to figure out whether he's on the material plane or on a non-material plane.
That's good.
Which would be dead. And we'll fast forward that a little bit. Within that hour, you'll get back that he is still on this plane of existence.
Yes! Alright. That's awesome.
Chillin'.
And then whenever we all get back together, I'll probably let you guys know about that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I gotta wait for Lady Zana to return. We'll do some quick trivias, and we'll group up actions until you guys all convene together.
Well, if we're waiting, do we want to split up these greater health potions?
Sure.
Just so we
Admin
know
time.
who has them.
In session admin time, yeah.
Yeah, I have a superior already.
I have
if
none.
we want to if we want to split up the rest between everyone.
We have 5, right? So 1 per person?
Yeah.
And that's a greater healing.
So Cedric, you have 1 too.
All right.
Donovan, you too, if you're here.
I'm always here. Just quiet because I'm a noisy person.
What the? Oh, okay.
All right, so there is party of floofs and Donovan.
And then let's see, just making sure we have all the loot done.
Why?
So
Donovan, do you want? Oh, sorry.
I got a question for Donovan. So Donovan, in your report, you mentioned that 7 was slain. 7, however, is still alive. What are you doing with him?
Yeah, I remember that part. What do we do with a mutated half-orc who is slightly a melted dragon?
Haversack. What?
No, we don't have Versack him.
I'm kidding.
I mean, we could have Versack him. That's not a good thing. That's not the Goodles. You don't do that.
Mm-mm.
What do I do?
I had no clue what we're supposed to do with 7.
What exactly is melted off? His hands are melted, right?
Hands, half of his face.
Do you think we could take him to Shepherd?
Half of his
Do you
face?
think
I can
Shepherd
work
might
with
want to
that.
help?
I have a disguise kit.
Just leave him on the side of the road.
I can work with this.
Here's the thing. If we... Do you think taking him to Shepherd would be a bad idea?
We could,
Probably.
but if that doesn't work, we can always disguise him. Because I realize I am proficient in disguise kits.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Good
Probably
idea.
the gladiator background. Most likely the gladiator background.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shepherd's a good idea.
You wanna leave 7 with Priest Kelmore. That's the goal.
Well, maybe see if...
By the way, that's the Priest of Death.
Oh yeah.
Oh. I mean, he brought Cedric back to life.
Did?
He did, yes. Kellenvor generally doesn't like things that should be dead to be alive.
There's some argument for saying you died past your time and putting you back on your natural course. And then there is 7.
You know what?
You should
Donovan
probably
being a
be
good
dead.
guy. He doesn't know what to do with this guy. He's just gonna leave him with someone who actually might know. He's gonna leave him with Shepherd.
So,
And if
in Game
that
of
won't work-
Thrones-esque world, you set yourself up with a loose end by saying that 7 is dead, but he is not dead. Now, he looks
Pause.
nothing like 7, so there is enough to go over that be a clean thing, but now you have to make some moral quandaries about what you're doing to address him.
Oh.
So,
Like I suggested, just leave him on the side of the road.
Are there like leper
Nope,
colonies?
There are Nethicite tents where people generally die, which is similar in this town.
We could, in theory, send him to a Nethicite tent to.
have I already sent the letter?
Oh yeah, that's done.
Darn
The
it.
letter, the revision of the letter, your 2 strikes, you're out. What you sent is what's applied to canon.
Darn it.
We could either bribe or convince somebody at a Nethicite tent to let him stay there, and either die of
Or just
natural
send him there.
causes, or yeah.
Be
I
like,
mean, I
just
think
say
they're gonna
here.
know that's not Nethicite poisoning, but if we pay enough people, they'll probably not care.
I'm just gonna say I found this horribly disfigured man. Can you please take him back? He's horribly
Nice
disfigured.
town, so they may not take money. They may just take pity on him from the way he looks, though.
Yeah.
Dumping off the disfigured.
No, I feel bad.
I mean, really, they would be able to take the best medical care of him in his condition.
the best health care
that we can afford and that are willing to
do Decim care.
Why are we spending money on an invalid that basically has no mind left?
You wouldn't be spending any money. You're going, here is an here's a person in a, yes, that word, person. They need help, you help them. Here you go.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that thing.
Or just like send them into the mines.
No.
Also an option.
That's actually, I like that option better than leaving him on the side of the road.
Send him into
Cedric
the
has a heart.
I would.
It
He
just
doesn't
sounds
have
more
hands,
fun.
so he really wouldn't be good for mining.
Stump hands.
He got stumps. He can punch things. He can be a protector.
Well, if Orion can have like a metal arm, then we can install metal shovels in place of his hands.
That'd be
7 shovel hands.
Oh no.
I would still gonna be send him to nice people who help.
Donovan, how much do you hate 7?
I don't hate him at all. I love him.
Would you have
like a
spent
brother.
any time like? Would you have spent any time like trying to make him not as dumb and like see if you can get through to him?
Well, he's currently outside the city, but.
Oh wait, where's 7?
That's a great question. Where
exactly? Where do we leave 7?
He's left with the prison train, which is currently in the care of the arbiters.
Well, he wasn't with the prisoners, right?
No, he was with the prison.
like in the prison, like. Oh, okay.
So he's right there.
Wherever the prisoners are, the prison train is where a 7 currently is. So you guys find a better plan.
Yeah, but like, is he with like in the cell?
Yeah.
Oh,
as though he was a prisoner.
Well,
he'll be fine.
We can't. How would we get him out if we need to?
He'll be fine.
Ask. I mean, it's your prisoners technically.
Yeah.
He'll be fine there. Just send him to Westgate. I'm sure they'll love him.
Okay, when we're talking about loose ends, that's a big loose end.
I know. But Donovan is not good at these situations. Maybe if I read it more. I could not read anymore. Because I'm not sure if I got those books.
Reading.
The most fundamental way to increase your intelligence score. 1 point at a time.
As he's doing push-ups, like, gotta wear plate armor. Reading.
Yeah.
One arm at a time. So, Zana, you missed the conversation of what are you doing with 7. It is currently leaning towards leave him in the cell that you left him at, send him to Westgate, leave him at the Nethicite camp, send him into the mines, leave him on the side of the road. The dilemma that you guys have enough collective insight, or Layla's at least very street smart enough to pick up, is that while the response of saying that 7 died in battle is a legitimate enough story, he's still alive.
Right. Yeah, so that'd be a little bit of a problem.
I forgot to tie that up.
Does he still look like 7? Like, he looks pretty...
Partially.
No, he looks like pretty much like a
he looks,
creepy lizard, right?
Yeah, he does.
A zombie?
More than half of his face. He looks like, District, whatever the hell that movie was. District 9, I think? Yeah.
Oh.
He looks a bit like that. Midway through
one
transformation.
One of the crawfish things?
Exactly.
I thought send him to Shepard and see if Shepard can help him, but I don't know. I don't know things, so.
I don't know if
send him to a Nethicite camp. Like tent, where they keep the people who are suffering from Nethicite.
Yeah, they could... the only problem with that is if you leave him there, he's gonna most likely get Nethicite poisoning and die.
Yeah, that's what
his
you
current state of being's not great.
That's true, because he
and
can't
really
really
care through it.
Let's just do him this mercy and send him to the Nethicite camp.
That's not merciful. That's very
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's actually the opposite of merciful. Like,
it's like suffering.
Because okay,
well, what else are we going to do?
Orion would know
that.
Yeah, I don't think Orion would be okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah, because his wife died from nethocyte poisoning.
Yeah.
So
That's
he would
fair.
kind of know firsthand.
So what are we gonna do? We can't. We send him to Shepard. That's another loose end. But we can kind of trust Shepard. We send him to the Nestsite camp. He's gonna die horribly. If we send him with the train, they're probably gonna figure out he's part of the Knife because he's still wearing his armor, I assume. And if we send him out to the wilderness, there's a case that they're gonna find him, or the Gnolls are going to kill him horribly because Gnolls are a very big problem that we still have not finished yet. And
Calm
then
calm your face.
Calm your Gnomish tits. Come on.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of things that are going to go wrong in this situation, which I should have probably prevented if I would have thought about that.
D&D is basically being 80% right and 20% dealing with the fuck up, so it's fine. I mean, that's part of D&D. But the question is, which is a moral quandary, what do you do with 7?
Can't we just take him with us?
No.
Okay.
So, I mean, it kind of goes back to what are we doing with the doctor information? Because overall, he probably should be looked at.
Yeah.
Because yes, he wasn't.
Great.
That is another thing.
And that will bring an opportunity for some trivia questions. So I just don't blanket give you guys some experience for the massive amount of catch up from the downtime. The book you got from the doctor was written in 2 languages. 25 points. What are both the languages?
See, I'm the one who holds these damn notes. I don't even remember that.
Common and Draconic. Draconic and Null with Layla, and that is correct. No, it's not correct. That's
No?
Yes. Partially. So you guys both have partial truths. All right. No, Ryan. What the fuck? No. Thank you, Donovan. Draconic and Gnomish, not Knowlish.
damn.
See.
Hence why I was like, you got it right. I'm like, no, that's actually not. You said Knowlish, not Gnomish. So Draconic and Gnomish is correct.
Layla put Null, and you said that's wrong, so I just, as a joke, said Knowlish.
Knowlish, that's hilarious. It's slightly Knowlish. So correct, Donovan, 25 points. Draconic and Gnomish for 25 points. As the notes changed midway, the Gnomish portion, what did that focus on as a topic? Donovan, 25 points. Golems. Dragon stuff is incorrect. Transmutation would be half-truth. 25 points for Donovan for Golems. For 25 points, what part of the Draconic part cover as a topic? That's... okay. Super vague. Orion says dragons and Draconic. It's true. Not what I'm looking for. Dragons and Gnolls with Donovan. Mutations. Cedric, 25 points. Had to do with had to do with mutations and transmutations. Dragon's births would not be incorrect. The method of the topic would be turning people and beings into dragon things. Has to do with mutation.
Yep.
We covered it already, but for a point of inspiration, if you don't have it already, what does all investigation points to what house the doctor was up? Bro.
Yeah, I can't type that fast.
Yeah, no, there's a typing story, that one game. It's a good way to.
Oh yeah.
Epistory.
Zombie game.
No, Epistory. Typing the Dead's also amazing, but Epistory is pretty. All right. As you go back to topic of the Doctor and the Doctor's book and all that shenanigans. Oh, by the way, Donovan, you don't have the book. By this point, Cedric, who has the book, could, if he wished to tell you that the dragon's name is Vine, if he chose to read it at any point in time, which I haven't heard anyone say that you're doing, but it's in there.
What? Sorry, I was listening. Somebody was trying to tell me something over there.
Cedric currently has the book, the Doctor's book, and in there is the name. Since it's been about 5 or 6 sessions, just FYI. Otherwise, I was like, Donovan's just gonna piss off Vine to the point that he just eats everything.
Cedric, didn't you give me the notes?
Right,
a long time
but
ago.
You changed your response, which was the problem. Had you been copying the notes, I would have said, yeah, and by the way, you read this, and because you can read both, you would figure it out. But now they're not copying the notes, you do not get that information.
Damn it. So, Cedric, you're gonna give me those notes?
I mean, Cedric is just taking his week of R&R.
Right.
So, book. You've had some also administrative conversations. What you guys want to do about that doctor, the book, 7, since they're all a bit related.
Yeah, because if we're going to have anyone else look into the doctor or anything, then we would want them to know about 7. That could make it a little bit easier because they do kind of tie together. He is a direct, literal specimen of what's been going on.
But 7's also supposed to be dead, according to this letter.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know everyone was like, don't send him to Crystallis, because that's a no-no.
Yeah.
I mean, are we...
You perfect answers. Go ahead.
Did you want to take him to Crystallis? Do you want to just be like, go to Crystallis? There you go, sir.
Yeah, that's
Wander
basically
on.
what I'm... No. I was basically going to send him to Crystallis because we didn't know what to
were
do.
You going to take him, or were you going to have him go himself? Because he's not really of the right mind, because that kind of causes a problem. And you're just sending him with a note like, hey.
And there's a bunch of normals.
If I hadn't changed it, I would have asked for someone to come and pick up 7.
Yeah, it feels, at least anything going on with 7 feels like a more in-person thing that should be done. Because you actually witnessed it, rather than like just sending him off. Do we know of anyone that, do we want to investigate the doctor's situation ourselves, or do we want someone else to?
I'm fine with investigating it ourselves.
Yeah, that's something to do with my house anyway, so that actually be something Cedric is interested in.
There's been a lot of crow things going on. Of the houses, there is a disproportionate amount of crow activity.
Yeah, you also have, goddamn it, Rundar. He's the worst.
Balthazar.
Well, Balthazar isn't a crow.
Yeah, no.
He's a dwarf.
Yeah, he's a lord.
Man, I hate that Balthazar guy.
I just like the name.
Balthazar. Yeah. Balthazar. Yes.
So we want to do it ourselves? Is that what the consensus?
So it's a topic. I don't know if that's the one you're picking on. It's one to highlight. So,
We're so indecisive.
Well, it's like your quest log grows, but you can only pick so much to do. You have options. You suffer from great indecision or consistent group decision.
Have you just tried to talk to Rigel about the situation? Because I know we mentioned it's near duodecim. It might be something that he could either look into, or they might know people that could research. Because that seems like a little bit of a better resource to kind of figure out what's going on.
So I think that's probably the smartest. I just didn't do.
Hasn't become it's a group discussion thing. Sounds like.
Yeah, we hadn't talked about it yet.
Yeah, because that seems to be the easiest, because it is near duodecim. It is something that could affect them if he's trying to create dragonborns near their city. I imagine they would want to do something about it.
I'm fine with giving all the information to Rigel.
Now,
I just really wanted to give it to someone.
All the information, does that mean you're giving Rigel a copy of the book 7, who is been told to another city-state that he's dead? Like, how far are you going in saying, I give all the stuff to Rigel? That to me means all the stuff. 7.
I'm fine with everything. I'm fine with giving everything. I'm not sure about everyone else, so this is up to you guys.
That also means you're giving the original of the book, not a copy. You're just kind of washing your hands of it.
Copy. Give him copy.
Copy of the book.
Copy of the notes.
I would make sure that we actually explained the situation with 7, why he was reported as dead. Which is essentially because he is as good as dead, and it's a very hard situation to explain.
Yeah, but the report said that he died in battle, and it went into detail, as opposed to he's dead.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was not paying attention when that letter was being written.
Layla could have been like, no detail. Take out the detail.
Yeah, those were things that we could have both looked at, and we were not paying attention to Discord when that was happening. So, or we were not present in the room as the letter was being written.
Yes.
Yep.
It could have been avoided.
Layla was looking at it before it went out.
Yeah, basically, I assumed that Layla and Donovan had a campfire conversation because she was busy, and he kind of like, this is what I want to do, and she gave him some pointers on how to fix his errors, and then he went to write it off.
First rule, don't give that much detail. Nobody goes into that much detail unless they're lying.
That's true. Yeah, like you only get a really in-depth story if you're lying.
How about we
Or
just
you're
have
just like,
somebody other than
Particularly
Don
in
explain
reports.
it?
Well, he has to be the one writing the report.
Yeah.
He's reporting back to his superiors.
Yeah.
If I had just told the truth, this wouldn't have happened.
Things would have changed, yes, but they didn't, and now we're at 20%, or the 80%, depending on how you look at it. You make decisions. The trap gets sprung, or you disable it, or you go a different way, such as D&D.
Yeah, look at Vox Machina. They
yeah.
They barely do things right.
There you go. Rarely.
Yeah.
That's the, nothing goes perfectly. Even when you have the perfect plan, you roll a 1.
Yeah. So, do we want to just do the Rigel part and then say it's just the letter. The letter is the part that makes it hard.
Well, the letter has some implications too, because someone is coming by.
Yeah.
A candle is coming by, at the very least, an escorted candle.
Yeah.
We could, with 7, instead of bringing him to anybody's attention, we do technically still have the doctor's lair. We could bring him back there.
If you look at, I have a question. If you look at 7, can you tell that's 7?
It's a hard sell.
So
You'd have to know 7. You'd have to actually know who's 7. So Donovan could figure it out. The dead other knights could figure it out. Probably not.
But most other people.
Couldn't we just, not tell Rigel that his name is 7 and say that he was affected by the doctor, he needs to be researched, and that could forego a lot of problems that we're going to hit?
I'm good with that.
Orion absolutely could lie to his son that he's just rebuilding Rose with, and if it ever gets out, who knows what could happen. There are implications to both. You don't have perfect options.
So
yeah, they're not
perfect. There's also if Rigel needs to share the information or goes out to other sources to understand it, then they could get to the Targaryeses and then they could find out and then be like, wait a minute, that letter.
So we're definite upon not immediately giving everything over to Targaryens.
Targaryen's probably not, because we've said that 7's dead.
Yes.
I could tell them that I couldn't send that information because it might be complicating. So if someone traced me back, they could find 7 and use that research.
At this point, aren't we already on the assumption that the letter's already been sent? We can't...
It has been.
I think
what he's saying that someone is coming down, like a candle is coming down already, explaining it to him or her.
I can do that. So I'm just asking, if we're going to tell Rigel, then cut off Targaryens. But if we're kind of iffy on Targaryens, then we might need to talk about that more.
What would be candles are kind of like spies, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly. Yeah. What would be the harm in telling them about what's going on with the doctor? What resources would they have?
A lot more. They're like the FBI and the CIA, but rolled into one, and evil times with a lot of magic.
It's basically, would we trust whatever candle shows up enough to tell them?
Yeah. It depends on which candle it is.
Yeah. Because some of them are not, they're all people, so some of them may be, yes, this is information that I'm giving away.
Some people use
some of them
their
are
power to be
shifty bastards.
Impunity and throw you under the bus, and some people are like Clyde and go into hell portals and get them stuck somewhere.
Yep. Depends on who shows up. And
depends on who shows up.
Okay, so I would say wait until the candle shows up for us to either go to Rigel or the candle, depending on who shows up. And we could explain that it is 7 to the candle and go with the explanation that because of his current state, it seemed like a mercy for his family to think that he was dead rather than for them to see him like this.
That's fair. In the meantime, we can take him out of his Arius armor and put him in the plate that Donovan can't use.
There you go. We got the plate armor that Donovan can't use. It works.
Yeah.
It's small. It's gnomus size.
It would fit with his.
Well, we can put him in some common clothes.
So we
are
have a trying to melt them together.
It's small girl size though.
That's sorry. Go ahead.
How in detail did the letter go?
The letter is in. The letter is in, I think, Discord.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. And the
was a
letter
lot of
response
detail.
is in Discord.
I saw the response. I don't think I read
The letter was just above it.
Just above it. Look for CO Targaryen and you control F.
Oh yeah.
So basically, what I'm getting is we're going to combine it. So when the candle comes, we take them together and tell Rigel.
I'm saying when the
Yeah.
candle comes, depending on who it is, we will then decide who to tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if it's
found
a
that.
candle that we would trust, we would obviously tell the candle. If it's a candle we're not so sure about, maybe Rigel's the better bet for
And with me
that
and
coming
Donna's
out well
reasoning,
for us.
so give them. So we're telling them everything. Like whoever we can trust is the candle. Then we just tell them everything, right?
If
Yes.
we can trust them, yes.
Because at that
Okay.
point, they also need to know that there are potential forces within Targaryens that are working with the Doctor. That's something that they would probably need to know.
Okay.
Yeah. But we just have to be careful with how it's being told and by letter, because I always think of
Yeah. Maybe
Game
we'll
of
let the high
Thrones, stuff
charisma
like that.
people
I
talk.
mean, we do have the reason with Zana saying that it would be a mercy to tell his family that he would be dead instead of looking at him now, and the fact that I couldn't send all that very touching information because what if it had gotten intercepted?
Yeah, I'm not going to be the one that explains the why
It's-
the intense.
It's either
detail
going
was
to be,
given, but
I would
that's-
guess, Cedric or me, because I think we have the highest charisma in the group.
Yeah, okay. I'm good with that.
Persuasion.
All right, we have a potential plan, DM.
Okay.
Woo!
All right.
What is your? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So we've talked about the Doctor 7, the book. We've talked about Bart. We've talked about Diamond's situation, or party's individual situation. Balefire. So Balefire hasn't really been directly confronted by the party since you left the mines. You've been established a perimeter with the known exits of the city, which he hasn't passed to anyone's knowledge. And the guild itself is keeping an eye out for his goings based off the description. The people who are, and the arbiters, the people who have been the most successful so far have been the guild, but even then, when they see him, they can't hail him for terribly long. So, as of about 2 days ago, he's still in the city. What are you doing about Balefire? Because I've heard everything from find him and shank him in the back to talk to him to just don't let him go. This has been a pretty wide variety of what you want to do with Balefire.
I just want to turn him into Rigel to tell him, to have Balefire tell Rigel and confirm our story.
Yeah, like while Balefire is an asshole, the main thing that we can do with him now is just get him to explain what happened to Rigel so we can kind of understand the situation, because we only have so much he was actually there. It's another account of the events.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Your goal is to find him and bring him, explain the situation to Rigel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, kind of like what he witnessed, who put him there, because then that can give Rigel more information as to what's going on.
Okay.
Guys, what about after that?
So insight, Layla, specifically, as a rogue, as a thief, there's probably a good reason why he doesn't want to go back there, seeing as maybe if you are a loose end for someone else, they might have you killed. So, an asshole as he may be, it may be an asshole who wishes to live a little bit longer.
We could.
Layla's like, well, tough.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. We could possibly try to barter for protection for him if he willingly goes and spills the beans.
Was it
we don't
Lord
have any way to
Balthazar?
force him.
Lord Balthazar, correct.
Okay.
Okay.
We'd have to offer him some form of protection or to get rid of whatever he's running from in order to get him to cooperate with this. Otherwise, we can drag him to Rigel, but we can't force him to talk.
Grab him.
You can drag him to Rigel, which sounds like a very lawful thing to do in a lawful city.
Yep, they'd really love that here.
They really would.
But again, we can't force him to talk.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
So we drag somebody to a guy and they're like, "What's
talk?" It's like, I got to talk about. Talk about bars. Talk about my casual whoring. Cedric conversations.
And I mean, it probably wouldn't be too hard to convince him that we can offer him protection if we find him, because we can be like, well, we found you. It won't be too hard for whoever else is looking for you.
But
maybe, possibly, I don't know.
We could just straight up threaten him.
But should we also be mentioning why is it so difficult to find him in a city that's like it shouldn't be this difficult to find him?
Layla's using no one would know. The person that might know why it's so hard to find him is Cedric. He's too busy whoring it up. Or difficult to find Balefire would be Cedric, but he's too busy. Because you were attempting to divine him and scry him, and you were unsuccessful, and it is pissing off the mage. They're like,
if we find him, grab him, give him to Rigel, make a deal so that he gets this information, he gets protection, and what do we do after that? Just let him go?
Question, and this could be that I've just been listening to a lot of Harry Potter. Is there any D&D version of Veritaserum?
Probably. Well, there are spells that can make you tell the truth.
There's Zone of Truth, right? There is techniques that the Arbiters have, which effectively you're in a highly magical world. So yes, you could do the same thing, like with thoughts and attempt to pull memories out of people, thought extraction or replacement. Yeah, as an inspired world by the Potterverse, they exist absolutely. There's some ethical questions behind it all, but yeah. As far as Duodecim is, this is a place where they absolutely don't care and will have you as a last resort just here's Zone of Truth. Regardless of the implications of what saying the truth will actually do to that person. So if someone's a loose end and has to tell the truth, well, it's just probably easier to kill them. And then hope that you can't resurrect them. So then you have to go through and get specific ways of killing people so they can't get resurrected. It gets like a darker tone depending on how you look at it. People had to live
the city
here.
I was born in.
Oh yeah.
This is home.
This is why I left.
It's so lovely here.
So Orion, he's over 300 years old. It's way past the Arbiters. The idea of planting evidence is basically having someone believe by planting in thoughts or compulsion that they saw something or believe something, and then having them testify, which they believe is completely true.
I really hope I didn't partake in this stuff.
No,
and I hate home.
You did not like that, no.
Okay, good. We're chilling. We're good.
But you also chose the risk-adverse path to be there where you are, so you probably turned a blind eye to a lot of it. Because confrontation is dangerous. Otherwise, you'd have been dead more than zero.
So, what are we gonna do?
Alright, so, I believe after we did consume a little bit about an hour going over some of the stuff, Discord had a lot of content. The more we can do there, the more a session can involve interaction, combat, all that shenanigans. The party itself is split up currently into at least 3 different parties, unless Cedric, you want to, after your week, meet up with one of the other parties. I have the outside party, which is Zana, Donovan, Fantomi, Note. I have the Black Market, the Thieves Guild, effectively, which is Layla, and Orion, which is like the Arbiter. And there's Cedric, which is Entertainment. Is there a party you used to join up in, or are you just gonna wait for someone to come collect you?
Yeah, if I could, I'd definitely go for the last option, but no, I'll probably head outside the city.
Okay, so Cedric will, and the time the week agreed upon group a week has elapsed, will end up joining Zana, Donovan, Fantomi.
I'm just there chilling. I know, still sad about what I did, feeling bad, but I just want to
feeling scornful, ashamed.
Yeah, but I'm gonna ask Zana about druidism and being in her village because I actually want to be a druid. Well, Donovan wanted to be a druid, but then he realized, that's really hard. I can't really do that.
A good conversation starter. So Cedric would come up basically when Donovan's saying, "What does it take to be a druid?" Like being, even though Zana isn't a druid, although
yeah, like I'm not a druid, but I have Laurentia's memory.
Yeah, so
was a druid. So I would know. Yeah.
You get intimate with trees.
Andrew,
You don't
See, Magic Man, this is why you're not a druid. You don't respect nature.
You're
You
right.
just get in touch with nature. You kind of understand the balance, and you don't kill things for no reason.
Oh.
So
Yeah, I don't like that.
You don't buy a horse for your own personal gain because it is still an animal.
which he didn't.
I never bought a horse.
I know. But I'm just saying that's just one of the things you wouldn't do.
So it's like being
Why-
a pacifist.
Get it?
Kind of. Maybe. It's just mainly just protecting nature and making sure that the balance is still there, which right now it's definitely not. So you will have to fight things if you need to, but you just don't want to fight things if you don't have to.
So it's selective pacifism.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that the length of the conversation?
Oh no, it goes on, but
I
it
just-
will take a while.
Cedric's just rolling his eyes.
Yeah, talking about yeah. And if anyone's interested, tell them about the pit life because that was a thing that I did back in my
Same.
day when I was young. Hey, pit
I wasn't
buddies.
It's just like casual humble brag. Like, remember that time? I
that time.
mean, if you want to talk about it,
If you're a
It is.
freak,
I mean, if you want to talk about it, yeah, I'm fine with talking about it.
if you're a
going into
freaking
pits, man.
participant in the pit fights in Crystallis, I probably might have seen you at some point.
Which he has, and you would have. Red hair stands out.
I think I saw you fight.
Thank you. Well, they called me
I
Dilly Dally Gathy.
I don't know if that was a compliment. It was more of a statement, wasn't it?
Yes.
I think I saw you
Well
fight.
done.
Thank you. This is all.
I was confused.
Like, I don't need to be complimented. I just need to be acknowledged.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's all I want. Anywho, they call me Dilly Dally Gathy because I wouldn't kill people. So goody.
Cedric's just half smiling, half like, what the hell? That's
That's
just
fair.
the most queer nickname I've heard in a long time.
Rude. Just...
Well, it wasn't all fun and games. Sometimes we had to dress up for reenactments. It got weird very quickly.
What were you
Can
reenacting?
imagine.
Oh,
That's not what I remember the pits being in my former life.
It was for
Ryan
other
didn't do
nights.
that part.
It was for Friday nights. I was booked.
Never fought with
you're
Ty
booked.
Targaryen, Steady.
Wait,
It sounds
That's
like you
what I was
had
gonna ask. Like, did you
customers.
ever fight Targaryens?
Donovan was the male hooker too?
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
He made out of
No.
booty rag,
Did you
but he
dress
tried
up as a woman, Donovan?
No, I didn't dress up as a bloody woman. No offense to women.
Excuse you,
I'm
what's
sure
wrong
it's
with
really
being a
hard being a
woman?
woman.
It's represent. Try being a woman. Good job, buddy.
But yeah, I never dressed up as a woman. It was just reenactments for certain battles and such. I would always take the lesser roles, obviously, because I'm a gnome. And
So, are you an
No.
actor? Are you trying to tell us that you are a budding actor?
sometimes I was. Other times it was just straight up fighting. And, people shanked me a few times. But I, for some reason, got a number. And I just pull up my back, show the 67. I got this.
Outpost.
Ha. Nice. But I just got this. It was honestly kind of a blur, going through a rough period and such, But I think it was fun. It felt pretty fun while I was there.
I mean, you do
Yeah.
you.
It's fun to end people's lives.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sana.
Yes.
You spot something in the tree line, which is a distance away where you guys are close to. You see a red fox.
Oh, it's all okay. So how far away is it from me?
About 60 feet. Tree line. Base of a tree. Watching
see dinner?
you.
Watching. Okay. Then I will stop. Then be like, I need to get out of the city. I'll be back. And then I walk towards the fox.
You're
Okay.
already out of the city.
I'm already, okay, like, I will be right back.
Okay.
If I look in the direction where she's going, I don't see the fox, do I?
You would see food, so no, I mean more woodland critters to Cedric.
Yeah, are you gonna go get dinner?
No.
I heard fox is especially good this time of year.
I swear,
It
if you
is
try to
not.
kill this fox, I will murder you.
Selective
Oh, so
pacifism.
serious.
It's a very selective
There's
pacifism.
the selectiveness.
Okay, so you approach said fox. The fox goes further into the forest at a casual jaunt. Oh,
Just a little casual. I'll say Alchina.
so you get further away to the point you can't see the party, and the fox goes behind a tree, comes out the other side as a woman with vibrant red.
Yeah.
Pulls a McGonagall.
Good.
And she looks at you. Yes.
What are you doing here?
Here to get the final coin.
Oh, okay. I mean, I have it. Do you want here? Oh, here you go. So I'll take the coin of Kellenvor and I'll give it to her.
She reaches out and she takes it. She seems a lot different from how you remember with as Laurentia.
How did you know I had the coin?
It would appear that you were sending messages to Laurentia.
Was I?
No, you had no idea.
It's like, no. No, I did. Wait, how?
When you're trancing, thinking too deeply, she's always had one for the emotions of others. She seems to be picking up on yours ever since a certain point.
Yeah, I went into a temple of Mask and Lathander, and they literally put her memories into me. It's a little weird.
She looks to the side, but she looks at the coin. Says to you, that is something different to talk about later. Your service is not gone unrecognized. From the fox tribe to the wolf tribe, I think.
How are you doing?
Looks the coin, says a lot better now.
There is something you do need to know. Do you remember or do you know of a man named Modislok?
The weird cleric.
That's probably the best way to describe him, yeah. He is over there with Clyde.
Oh.
And Clyde is demanding that you guys save him as well.
He thinks I'll have to do one thing.
I know. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I did want to tell you.
Okay. Like, well, thank you for telling me.
And I'm happy I could finally get this to you. I've been waiting to find you for a while. You or Laurentia, whoever showed up first.
The tribes have been rather busy. Don't know
yes.
if you've been in contact with the new matron of your tribe. Okay. Getting resources to come. Couldn't spare a scout, I had to come myself. In fact, and she puts the coin away, like, I'm currently disobeying orders of the circle to be here.
Is it Dole attacks? I'm assuming? As it's been for a while.
She says, yes, null attacks. They've been increasing in frequency and ferocity for several moons. And the biggest problem now has to do with the Yggdrasil sites. We have the suspicion that something is going to corrupt that, and then the woodlands here are about to be as full of life as the woodlands were across the Great Mountains. So you'll excuse me, but I need to get back to them as soon as possible, and I have a ritual.
Is there anything I can do to help?
She looks at you, then she looks past you a bit to where you came from. I don't have your hand full. Thing Lorenzo told me is
Yeah. Okay. Can you let me know how things go with Clyde?
of course. She says, she's like, I get the feeling that we'll be in touch one way or another.
Thank you. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. We're trying a different angle, so maybe something we do will help.
She shakes her head and she puts a hand up. Lorencia learned her lesson well enough. Maybe you should take the lessons.
Yeah.
Like, take heart, not all is lost. Like, she holds up, she pats the pouch that has the jingle of multiple coins. Like, hope shows itself in very interesting ways. Choose what you want to look at. As long as you keep on fighting, there's always a way. This is proof of this. So many people went to great lengths to make it possible.
That's true. I know you've been working very hard. I'm hopeful that Clyde will come back to you soon.
I hope the Bart comes back to you. Then she turns around and she turns to a fox and she runs away.
Oh.
So for your sheet, for Fantome, he's got two aspects now. So aspect of the panther and of the firefox. I'll explain what they are in just.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
So for helping out Alcina, you're getting the firefox. Helping out. I can't hear you talking.
Aspect of the panther and aspect of the firefox.
Yes, much like the browser. Okay, so everyone else, by everyone else I mean Donovan and Cedric, watched as the elf disappear and assumingly return. But we have other party members to resolve. So going counterclockwise. Layla, what's Layla up to? It's time for the party to meet up and go do whatever the party needs to get done. There's a short list.
She recently saw Orion, so she knows.
Got out.
Since Layla knows that Orion is still in the city, she's probably going to meet up with him to then head out to the meeting point.
Fantastic. So we'll merge those two things together. Orion, where would you be on your final day after all this shenanigan stuff with Bart's equipment, your shield?
Where would I be? Probably just like Ethel's grave.
Ethel's grave. All right, so Layla would definitely know where that is. So you're at the mausoleum. You'll find Orion at the mausoleums, looking at his dead wife's grave, totally uplifting the spirit of the day.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him a few minutes to himself, and then I'll walk over and put my hand on. It's time to go meet up with the others.
Oh, hello. All right.
You leave the city. You'll be approaching when a candle comes to. So, Donovan, everything that you hoped for, loved and feared, is now coming to fruition as the armed escort is on its merry way to you. The escort has a total of 5 people. One of which holds has a very sharp outfit and a visor, holding a large rifle-like contraption in his hands. Another person has the very obvious grays, whites, and blacks of a candle. She's the shortest side with long raven hair and a pair of glasses. The other 3 looks like very well trained members of the Royal Army. there with her. So everything here is of the royal level. No houses are currently involved with it.
Okay.
Okay.
She approaches. She approaches the gate, so she completely bypasses you. So you get to see, for once, you see them before they see you. And in fact, Orion and Layla will see this royal party at the gates as they're leaving.
You think
Donovan is going to
for
greet
us?
them with a smile.
I believe so. Should we go check that out?
We should probably, yeah.
Excuse me.
The lady in glass is currently talking with one of the guards, asking for the location of, like, where is your head of the art? Gradually, I believe. Where you come up and say, excuse me, and then she turns and just turns her head at you. She's got a very sharp, icy gaze. She holds a book in one hand. She looks to you. Yes.
Are you looking for the gnome? Targaryen
Looking for a
Soldier.
known Targaryen soldier.
soldier.
Does he have a name? Perhaps.
Donovan Diathy.
Donovan Gathy.
Yes.
And she opens up her book, starts writing things down. What is your name?
Orion.
Do you have a last name, Orion?
Vengren.
Bengren. Like, oh, you must be related to Rigel then.
Yes. That would be his father.
Ah, sure. And how do you know Donovan?
He's a friend of mine.
Friends. How would you describe his disposition?
He has a mark that he does not deserve.
That's more of a physical characteristic, but duly noted, thank you. What about his personality?
Oh.
Just a little
Lively.
crazy. Yeah, no steps with a sword.
He's a very happy guy.
Happy?
Lively, yes.
Lively.
Enthusiastic.
You're not there. Happy.
I know.
Lively.
Caring.
Caring.
Are we talking about Cedric here?
I don't think anybody made that mistake.
And a friend of yours, is he in the city or outside the city?
I believe you must have passed him to get where you are.
Oh, outside the city. Okay. Interesting. You been there long? Friend of yours outside the city?
I mean, about a week. He has not allowed in the city, so. Can I be wary that she's writing all this down, Layla?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The book flips itself to the next page.
Fancy book.
It is. She closes it.
There.
She lets it go, and it just floats next to her and goes to her hip. So assume you know where your friend is then.
Yes.
Would you
Oh,
mind
no.
escorting
I
me?
can show you.
Oh, no.
Of course.
Right. So do.
Do you want to ask her name? Just normal pleasantries. No.
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
So while we're walking there, so
I always forget.
what should we call you, ma'am?
She's like, God. It's like, you can call me Evelyn.
Yes.
Evelyn.
So
Evelyn.
I have a
That name
question
sounds
for you,
familiar.
Layla. So you have Bart's equipment.
I do.
Is it?
It's like it's sheathed and like his shield is probably on my back though.
There you go. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be good times. Good times.
For everyone else, they were engaged.
Oh no!
Bart and Evelyn. So, as a side note,
Oh
Gonna
no!
be good.
I'm gonna die.
So she gives you a little bit of the side eye. What may I call you?
Layla.
Layla. It's a very pretty name.
Thank you.
Does not
So
sound like a
Evelyn.
compliment.
I'm very much aware of this.
So,
Evelyn's a nice name as well.
thank you. guys walk in a very awkward silence as old man Orion is like, what is going on?
Has in-game anybody mentioned Evelyn?
You guys, we technically ran into Evelyn when we picked up Bart.
Oh, yeah. And Layla did see her there. So...
But you guys didn't really fully pay attention to what was happening.
No, Donovan.
Particularly
what?
Effectively, Donovan was the only one that was. Layla was out doing other things. This is
She did follow them. She watched Bart get arrested, but didn't do anything. She was like in the background.
She was the one who did the.
You're not.
Yes, it was a very depressing moment if you knew the situation.
I did not.
But having seen her, Layla's now more mistrustful, remembering that.
Yeah, so Evelyn allows the silence.
She's gonna kind of like try and kind of hide, like
slate of shield. That's clearly my back brace. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's an injury. All right. So you guys, now the camp has joined together, and an equal host is approaching you. Is there any reactions from Cedric, Donovan, Zana? I mean, Fantome is wolf, just laying down. Head perks up. Note does not seem all that bothered. And the party, the host, seems all that bothered as they approach up this placer beat.
A smile.
Do I recognize this person?
You recognize Evelyn?
So Zana kind of has I can't remember whose memory is my memory, so she's going to go be like, hello, Evelyn, it's nice to see you again.
She looks at you, and she gives the... What is your name?
My name is Zana, of the Wolf Tribe. We haven't met before, have we?
She gets confused about that stuff sometimes.
So, can you explain how you have my name?
Well, it is tied to how Donovan has his mark.
Hi there.
We went into a temple of. We went into the Temple of Mask and Lathander, and I was given the memories of someone named Laurencia. Sometimes my memories get confused with hers, and you have probably met her. I know she was very close with Bart, and you'll notice Note behind me.
He looks back past you. He's gotten pretty big.
Yes, he definitely has. But he has a permit. It's legal. He's allowed to be around here. Just want to point that out.
You're currently outside the city limits of Jessam. Yes.
Well, yeah.
As long as he behaves himself. Speaking of behaving ourselves, she looks over to Cedric. You mind introducing the rest of your friends?
Yes. So this is Cedric.
Wait.
Okay.
You mind?
We're not in the city anymore. It's fine.
Yeah, I know.
This is Cedric. You might recognize him from House Crow.
I'd prefer it if you don't randomly share my information with people I don't know.
He knows your information.
She's a candle.
So as you guys bicker, she says,
spy.
Is there a problem?
None that I care about. But I don't feel like sharing it.
Your feelings are duly noted, and we're going to continue regardless, sir.
Don't be. I know he's a little coarse. But it's okay. This is Layla.
We've met. Scorn.
Oh. Okay.
She doesn't seem to like me.
Yeah, there's a very good reason for that. I'll explain that in a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna go pet Fantome while you're introducing.
I'm assuming you've also met Orion. It appears you guys came up together. And then this is Donovan. He, when we were in the same temple, was unfortunately marked. There was no crime that he committed. It was a passive judgment in the temple.
odd. Could you
Yes.
elaborate a bit more on that?
We were put in a room where we had to test if we were told that we did certain crimes that we technically have not done, how would we judge ourselves? And he decided to exile himself, which once we left the actual temple gave him a mark.
He looks over to Donovan. May I see this mark?
Yes, ma'am. And he will hold up his hand.
She reaches out and she holds, and she looks over the mark. She releases your hand.
Goes back to my side as I just stand, soldier-esque.
How are you feeling, Donovan, emotionally? You sound nervous. This is out of character.
Pretty good. Just acting.
I mean, like, how is your... An out-of-character question.
Oh!
How is Donovan Daffy doing?
Oh!
You know.
Donovan is...
About to, he's like, yeah, it's okay. I might just die eternally. What's up, Evelyn? I'm doing pretty good.
Donovan... Oh, jeez. What is this guy feeling? Well, he literally stood passively as Fina died, so... Got sent to hell, so that's a thing. Bart... presumably dead because no one told him that he was alive. And
yeah, we haven't gotten to that part yet.
But Donovan being Donovan, he's putting on a
Chipper.
smile and seeming happy because, he's had a lot of practice with that. He's just internally grieving.
Internally grieving. Got it. Okay.
You explode.
She just stares at Donovan for a good, what feels like eternity, but it's really only a handful of seconds. Do you want to recount the story from your side, Donovan?
Where would you like me to start, ma'am? At the very beginning, I would assume, but any place is better than none.
I would start where you feel comfortable starting.
Yes, ma'am. Well, firstly, wait. Oh, wait, I didn't tell you. Out of character. I didn't tell you that I pulled out I had a log. I was actually writing a log in my character sheet about the accounts. But I didn't tell you that, so it might not be there.
I mean, if you're keeping a journal during your campfire activities, that's fine.
Yeah, I kept a journal.
Okay.
And I will just tell her that as we were transporting ourselves past New Haven, going on to Outpost 6 and collecting Bartholomew Pendergast, Sergeant 7 had, in his wisdom, decided to take a short break in order for us to rest. During that rest, we had a very lovely time. I got to know these marvelous group of people that I would not change the experience for. And as we were moving forward, there was a very, very rousing attack. Many of my brothers in arms did not make it, and Sergeant 7, being as caring as he was, sacrificed himself, and in doing so, he allowed one of my brothers in arms to live. We pushed back the null attack, and we were forced away from some of the prison trains. We lost some of the prisoners along the way. As I'm sure you can see from behind me, and he'll just slightly gesture to the prison train behind him.
The prison train's been taken from us.
Yeah.
Like we don't have
It's-
a prison
whoops.
train anymore.
Arbiters have it, yeah.
Yeah, I was getting to that. I didn't say that part.
Yeah.
I didn't say that part. And it was sad to say that one of the brothers had been slain by an anonymous prisoner. Last I saw, he was going towards Noxus, I believe. I could not correctly recall the destination. And
Wait,
so...
hold on. Wait, just out of character. Are you intentionally lying to her?
Yeah, I wanted to say how we got her name, Slayers Anonymous, because, you know, one of the prisoners anonymously slayed one of the things.
You made it up.
Yeah, I made it up.
Oh, okay, I was just trying to figure out, like, was there a reason why you were lying to her? Because she is a spy. Like,
Nope, keep going.
she's also... I just want... this is out of character, so I'm just
Got it.
trying to figure out why you were lying to her.
So we stopped by a cave to sort of recuperate ourselves. In that cave, we found ourselves in a temple of Lathander and Mosque, as Sana had told you. We were put through several gripping trials. Some of us were faced with very difficult decisions and options, and I think we came out better people for it.
So the brand makes you a better person?
No, ma'am. The choices that we had to make in order to... No. Sweet of my words. Apologies. I'm truly sorry.
Fuck that temple. Just
Right.
saying.
Could have been worse.
The temple made us better people, and from our decisions we got better. I'm not saying that the effects of the temple, such as my brand, were good. I'm saying the experience was enlightening.
You talk too much. In character. I meant Cedric saying out loud in character.
Thanks, Magic Man. So we traveled to...
He's just riding away. Just waiting for you to stop.
And then we traveled to Duodecim. We talked to the guard. We went a little bit inside of mine of such. We had a few lines for them. I mean, a few tasks for them, and then they came back, and then we put them in the care, I do believe. The arbiters do have the prisoner train right now currently, which is why they are not here with us currently. And then we sort of came back outside, and then well, I was forced to come back outside to do a tramp, but then we came back, and now we've recuperated, had a little bit of fun, and that should wrap it up.
I see. You mentioned briefly, that there was a loner and slain. Is that when Bartholomew Pendergast died?
Oh, he's not dead.
No, he's not dead.
Oh, that's not good.
He's probably dead.
No, he's not.
Probably.
Is he not?
So Evelyn
He's
turns
not.
to Layla and says, "Why do you think he's still alive?"
I had a friend of mine.
No, you're
Cut out.
completely... We can't hear you at all.
You have a friend.
So it
Of
begins.
course.
I have a friend. It's fine. A friend of mine did a scrying spell. They found him on this plane. I don't know exactly where, but he's still here somewhere.
Interesting. She looks over to Donovan. So they just escaped then under your watch? Presumed dead? Actually died?
He was presumed dead until just now.
Presumed dead until just now.
Yes, ma'am.
So you presume that he died in the woods going after the lone situation?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
So if I go and I check the records for Duodecim, I won't
No.
see anyone entering the city by his description?
I will
I
stop.
do not
I will
know.
stop and be like, I'm sorry. I don't know why he is telling you that that's what happened. We went into the mines in Duodecim to help out Orion's son. And Bart
Yes.
sacrificed himself for us to get away, and we thought he died. And apparently he got away. So I don't know how he got away, but he sacrificed himself so we could get out of a very bad situation with Drow.
She closes her book for a second. Donovan Gaffey, do you want to take another stab at telling me the truth this time? Or should I keep you with a treasonous brand? Because right now, you're committing treason.
Donovan will shake his head and hold it. Retell the story, ma'am, and use what Zana had said. We had gone into the mines and we lost. We presumed him dead. He was defending us. I
I can't.
Would you
Really?
like to come forth with anything that you're omitting now?
We can trust him. Sorry, we can trust her about the cave.
Everything?
Yes, we can trust her.
We also.
Doesn't mean we should tell her everything.
I'm
She looks
sorry.
over to Cedric. It's like, don't have you in cuffs right now.
And you won't.
Okay. Men accost him. Two of the men go over to
I
to
will
shackle you.
literally defend myself if they try to do that.
Alright, well, about to go into combat then.
Ma'am, I'm sorry.
Intriguing is
It's-
my forte.
So this is happening. Everyone gets one shot of reaction. Two men are going to go to shackle Cedric.
Cedric, take the bloody word. Take it back.
Why? I don't
Because
answer
if
to
you
them.
don't take it back, you're gonna be wrapped up in jail. I'm gonna have to come save you. We're all gonna have to come save you. And if we don't come save you, we're gonna have to keep going without you. It's going to be on my conscience that I'll let this happen without at least telling you to take it back. Because you and I both know you are not fit to be in a cell.
That's very true.
That's very, very true.
Very, very true.
There's some good words there.
I don't see why I have to answer to them though.
Because
They're
they are
kind of the
literally the
It is literally the law.
government. Like it's
They're the part of the government that makes sure you and your family aren't being kicked the shit out of every day.
Oh, I could care less about them, and I've already
Oh,
relinquished my magic, so I'm not attacking anymore.
Okay, so
If you're still advancing on me because of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely are. Okay, so you say I will defend myself. They, I don't know, talk you out of it or decide not to. They do put manacles on you. You are behind your back. And then she looks very squarely at Cedric. I see you have an attitude problem.
So you got a bitch problem.
Men, take him back.
Jesus!
You don't know when to shut the fuck up, do you?
I don't, do I?
So they
Yells out.
you get a pummel strike to the back of your head and you're gagged and you're dragged away.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even be mad at
If
them
there's
for
any
that.
blood in my
Okay.
mouth, spin it.
The
Gotta show the tough guy hat.
tough guy said,
I mean, you have a gag in your mouth, so you can't really spit.
Donovan is just clenching his fist in anger and gritting his teeth.
So Evelyn looks to the rest of you.
I never actually heard which government they are.
The candles.
The government?
They're
The
royal.
king and the prince. They answer to the royal family,
Like,
You just got
which is in charge of the houses, the whole like
They're
shebang.
higher up than the house.
Come on.
Oh, I could, like I said, I could care less about my house.
Okay, you got
Any
going.
house is higher than.
Aren't you supposed to be politically savvy, or at least
He's-
know
Oh my
politics?
I am, but I just don't care about it.
Oh, okay, fair
I
enough.
know
he
about it.
can be, he just never will.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Alright, so two of the royal men take care of him, drag Cedric away.
Besides, it's not like this is the most painful bit he's been in.
Layla will exasperatedly ask, "Is he in serious
It's like that's in the interest of regaining your trust after taking one of your friends away. Yes, he is in very serious trouble. He is.
I mean, can you get arrested for being an asshole?
No,
Yes!
you can get you can get arrested for being a bit of a obstructing an investigation, which I'll say effectively in the eyes of the law he wasn't. But the bigger problem is that he has a different investigation on him with charges against his uncle, which I have just
Oh, that's
seen
right.
and was thinking about looking the other way, very uncharacteristically of me. But I frankly don't like him.
I mean,
That's
that's fair.
fair.
Nobody really does.
Ma'am, honestly, if you get to know him, he's somewhat of a good person.
Is he?
No,
Somewhat.
is he?
Is he?
Somewhat.
So he may not be a great person, but he didn't do what he's accused.
Well, what is it? Darwinism? If you did that the case, you might want to live long enough to prove you're innocent.
Yeah,
Not
he's not
actually-
real good with that.
He's not, so he's basically a flight risk that's going to take everything around down. I mean, have you suffered any casualties at the cost of a wild cannon like that?
Him?
Mostly just him.
Mostly just him?
Yeah.
Safina.
That's why I said mostly. trying not to think
Safina
about
wanted me
that
to
part.
do that. I obliged.
Okay. He goes back. It's like, well, I didn't have to tell you that. It's Is there anything you would like to tell me that you feel like you don't need to tell me but should tell me?
Me?
Who's she
This
asking?
is she's looking at the party directly. It's like, I get that you may want to hold things, and that's a very strong survival instinct.
Oh, I don't care if you guys say anything about me.
There was some delicate information that I'm sorry. And Donovan's just going to walk over a little bit and just start crying.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll kind of take over from the crying.
I'm just.
Yeah,
I'll handle this, I guess.
Kentome, do you want to go play fetch or something?
Woof!
Here's a treat.
He just goes after it.
we came across a situation that may be of some interest to the candles nearby here in Duodecim, in the same cave where we face these trials. And now, Orion, if you want to take over, you can explain.
The dragon shit?
Yes.
Okay.
The doctor, that whole thing. 7.
Okay. I'm just making sure I don't fuck it up.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Oh, the other thing. My bad. Go ahead.
Yes. In the cave, we found a man going by the alias of the Doctor, doing experiments on gnolls and things of the such. And I'm not a magical man, so I don't exactly know what he was doing to them, but experiments caused them to become dragon-like gnolls. Very, very odd. Listen, the man you just arrested has the notes, and he's the man who knows the most about the situation.
He has the
Considering
notes.
he studied it. Yes.
What
The
form?
notes on this
You have them scrolls.
I think there's a book and a bunch of notes.
All right, they go search him. Other guards, and they find a book, the book.
Yeah, that's the one.
And they bring the book over, and she has the guy with the super fancy rifle open it.
So those are, I believe, the experiments that they done. But yes, and then deeper in the cave, we fought a dragon thing. Yeah, and then we killed him.
A
Yes,
dragon.
dragon.
She looks at you for a second. A dragon.
Yes.
We're assuming it's one of his experiments because it was not very strong.
It also didn't. It withered away when we killed it. It just dissolved. Again, I don't understand.
That's fine. Just asking for your perception of what occurred. So I took that. All right. Had a very adventurous few weeks.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
There's actually a couple things I'd like to talk to you about. First, I want to tell you that they now have everything they need to rescue Clyde.
She takes a deep breath and she exhales.
Is this a thing everyone's involved in?
Clyde was her partner.
Oh, okay.
He was a candle. I promise they are all.
This is very coincidental that we're meeting all these people.
They all have to do with Clyde. Everything is Clyde.
And yet most of our party has not yet met Clyde.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Apart from in person.
Through the looking glass, you've met Clyde. And she looks at it's on a. And who should I thank for this feat?
It was a group effort. Let's see. She was out of character. Who told them to get the 3 Kellenfor coins? I can't remember who was their source. Huh?
You from Laurencia's memories.
Right, but who told Laurencia? What character?
It was Shepard.
Orion.
Shepard. Okay. Shepard told us how to save him, and I was lucky enough to come across the last coin that they needed, which I just gave to Alcina. So I know that he was important to you, and that you worked close with him. So I just wanted to let you know.
He scoffs. It's like, he's important to the kingdom currently. The prince has an unhealthy favoritism for a certain fool, but
it's probably all the apples.
It could very well be the apple.
The last thing I wanted to talk to you about is, do you remember, I'm sure you do, a gnome by the name of Rundar?
The crow. The one who he thinks for a second. There's been lots of bad dealings with that. Seems like, and she looks back to Cedric, it seems like the entire crow house needs to be created based off of some of this dealing.
It seems that he's been letting information...
I shrug my manacles.
It seems he's been giving information to the wrong people. And it's gone up to Lord Balthazar. That's the only name I have, unfortunately. With regarding the studies that they were doing. The whole Bronze Bastion.
I feel like she shakes her head. Mention that. Okay. That's a very helpful lead. Thank you.
You're welcome. I suspect it's causing some problems. It is causing problems for my tribe, as well as this whole area. So I know that you may go about it differently than I would, but anything helps at this point.
And if you send things to me in Discord, I can't read it. She looks at you for a moment, takes out her book. She flips backwards, looking through the notes. She flips forward, writes a couple things down. She closes it. She looks to all of you, Layla. Anything else you wish to add?
I understand that it is probably difficult seeing Bart's items on Layla. I would just want to point out that they did not have a romantic relationship at all. And that
girlfriend.
And that he is holding onto those items more from a sacrificial point. Would you like some of the items? I would like to offer them because I know that you had a closer relationship with him than we have.
He thinks for a moment. How did you come across the items?
I unfortunately am not aware of that.
Ooh, we could get our money back.
We're not going to sell it to her. It was her No.
A reward. No.
You could tell her we got it from the black market and you guys spent a lot of money getting it.
You knew Bart.
She's like, yes, I knew Bart.
All I know is that you arrested him. What exactly was your relationship with him?
It is my business.
We shouldn't be questioning her. Just know that she was closer than we ever were to him. So she has the right to his items.
Right.
She puts her hands like, no, in the eyes of the law, I do not have a right to his item. However, I'd be very interested to know how you got a Targaryen's knight's items. They can summon them back from their bond. And if he's still alive, how is he currently defending himself without his sword and shield?
Trust me, I have the same questions. I did find them in the black market. I wasn't going to leave them there.
She adds a few notes. Just thank you. Takes a deep breath. A lot of stuff going on. She looks then over to Orion. She can't stand looking at Lilith for too long. She looks at Orion.
Sorry, I made a friend. Jeez.
Jeez, girlfriend. She looks
at least I tried to help a little bit, like not romantic.
She looks over to Orion. the Vengrins have always been a very honorable, lawful sort. So I appreciate all the collaboration you provided with the investigation. Is there anything else that you want to add?
Have we talked about 7? Like, out of character, did we tell her
No,
about
we haven't talked about 7.
We should tell her about 7.
Well, the leader of the caravan, by the name of 7, I believe, Donovan talked about him earlier, is still alive and was subjected to some type of experimentation or transmutation by the dragon that we.
By the doctor. It appears he was working with the doctor, and the doctor turned on him.
Oh yes, the doctor. My bad. I was misremembering. By the doctor. And he is in the caravan of prisoners, just kind of sitting there.
So she looks over to Donovan, who's like this gibbering mess. Says, "I would ask you to explain why you felt the need to fabricate your report to the Targaryen commander. But I want to hear it from your voice, not your friend. This puts you in a very precarious place, and my investigation will have notes of this information. You don't seem like a bad person, but you seem to be very bad with decisions. Do you want to do anything to perhaps redeem yourself? Anything at all?"
I did. Obviously, ma'am. I'm not very good at lying. Not really good at holding secrets either. I wanted to. I just didn't want this type of information get into the wrong hands. And I know I'm terrible at decision making, but I can't really help it much. I'm so wishy-washy with how I deal with things. Sometimes I do it on my own. Other times I need other people's help, and I'm too damn stupid to realize it. And I apologize profusely for having to lie and tamper with such evidence. I wanted to at first tell you the entire information, but something in me had said, maybe this is not a good idea. I don't know how far these connections with the Doctor go, how deeply into Targaryen's Crystallis Crow itself, how much his dark hand just has a hold onto the city. And I want to protect them overall. I didn't know how to go about this because I haven't been in many situations that would put me in this. I apologize.
She looks at you, and as you're crying, she's just kind of like, "I have emotions. They're back there. Way back there." She just waits for you to stop talking and shakes her head. It appears as though you are under some extreme duress. Maybe something affected your facilities. Can you think of anything that might be impacting your ability to think or act clearly, other than the fear for your life or conspiracy?
That's it.
The death of my parents. I have not healed well.
That's right.
Thunder.
Either.
I see you have the same cold I do. Okay.
It's like looking at the new head cold that's going around the party, and then Donovan.
Enough. I've had enough. Ma'am, and I hold out Sunder. This is Sunder. Buddy, Oswin, say hi.
Your sword blinks. Blink.
Sunder is the closest thing I have had to a family for a very long time, and once we got into that temple, Well, basically, how I got this sword, I stabbed into a worshiper of Cyric when he had murdered my family, and he was going to murder more people. And I had the sword, and from an iron rod, as I pulled it out of his chest, thunder came. And it has the amazing ability to do very, very powerful things.
Such as?
However, such as absorbing magic. And if the dragon spirit inside will grumble, he doesn't like to. He sees us all as inferior creatures. He is a part of the sword as well.
Takes a deep breath. She exhales, says, Donovan Gathy, let me see your brand.
Holds it up.
She takes a seal out, a very familiar one, looks at you and says, this is going to hurt.
Yes, ma'am. It's not the first time.
Places the seal on your hand, and then she starts pulling back as though there was a splinter that went through your entire arm and to your heart, and just pulling it out. And then with a final tug, Donovan Gathy, I don't believe you have a magical talking sword, and that is a very interesting parlor trick, but I do believe that you are currently mentally unfit for your station. My official report is going to include that when you do make it back to Crystallis, you should be submitted to a thorough review.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. He just rubs his hand.
He looks to the rest of you. He looks specifically to Zana and then Orion.
Not at Layla.
She can't look at me.
She can't look at you longer than seconds. She's just like, and next.
I didn't do anything.
Quiet you. The younger, spunkier version of me. Quiet you. She looks at Zana and she looks at Orion. You seem like the stable ones here. I trust you can look after him.
Yes, that's what we're trying to do.
She then looks back to Cedric. What about him?
I know that he talks back a lot, but of what we know, he isn't guilty of what he's being charged.
Based off of what?
Spending weeks with him?
Seeing what
I've spent all of like 5 minutes with him. And I can say that he seems like he's charged with what he's charged with.
Seeing what his uncle has actually done to him.
Mm-hmm.
And his word, and while yes, he is confrontational, I do trust him.
Really? You trust him?
Yes.
Does everyone
A
share?
single tear drops down my eye.
Does the rest of your party share that sentiment?
I would hope
like my
so.
life
For better or worse, he's done nothing to be.
He's done nothing,
He's done nothing.
apparently.
He's done nothing to be untrustworthy, to be considered untrustworthy.
He looks to Orion.
I don't like his attitude, but yes, I do trust him.
Great. So she takes the key, and she hands it over to Donovan. I trust you can wait until I leave. Before he finds himself in that situation again.
I will do my best, ma'am.
I just smile under my gag, or I'm assuming I'm gagged or something.
You are gagged. The smile is the last thing you feel as you're knocked unconscious. It's like, I'm happy, and darkness.
Can we keep him that way for a little while?
He's like, ha! Thump. It's like, huh. I must have been mistaken. That can't possibly be him. The Cedric von Torben that I'm aware of is much more well-mannered and fetching. I have to adjust my report.
This is Frederick Weasley.
It's a shame, right, guys? And she looks back
It's
to the
a
group.
super shame.
It's a
Yeah.
big shame.
Quite a shame.
Huge shame.
Everyone makes mistakes, I suppose.
She's not my type.
Indeed.
Don't worry, she's not my type, so it's not like I'd try.
Nope. It's not. That's not how it's going.
Luckily, you're unconscious.
Considering she's pissed at me just for having
existing.
looked at her dude I don't think that's how that would have gone. She may still be hung up on Bart.
Donovan just wants to whisper to Sunder, "Why didn't you talk, Oswin? Why?"
So there's a blinking back. Blink, 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 blink. Evelyn then just looks at Donovan. You should stop with that parlor trick, by the way.
Donovan, stop.
Yes, ma'am.
Blink, 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 blink. All right. Evelyn looks to the party. I have an investigation to follow up on. She looks to
that goes well.
She looks to Zana. Wolf tribe, right?
Yes.
There are reports of incidents.
What's been happening?
Knowles.
Of course.
I recently left the outpost 6. And
We were. How is it?
You know that feeling in the air before it rains?
Yeah.
It was like that. Everyone appears to be waiting for the other shoe to drop there.
Well, hopefully we can do something to help that.
I hope that you do. The kingdom would thank you. Outpost 6 is one of the last remaining outposts in New Haven. Something happened to it, there would be a grand stretch of road left undefended and without sanction for the patrols.
And that would only make the null problem more dire.
Correct. And Orion would get logistics. Correct. So there is a vested interest in Outpost 6, and that said, people have to fend on their greater point. Too dangerous a lands to start dragging people along that don't pull their weight. And with that, she turns around, steps over Cedric, goes
Go ahead.
and goes back towards the city.
Wait, what? I didn't hear.
She stepped over you.
She just stepped over your unconscious body.
Wait, I'm unconscious?
Yes.
Yeah, she knocked you out when you were trying to smile at her.
You were smiling, I'm so happy, and they're like,
bonk.
So you'll come to 15, 30 minutes later. But the rest of the party has some time to compose, address, and get a plan together.
You know, I do like her.
Apart from the fact that she apparently hates me, she wasn't terrible.
She's very to the point.
True.
I'm going to sleep.
It's the middle of the day.
Yeah, it's really like, we need to get to Outpost 6.
Yes.
You guys can carry me. I need to sleep. That was an emotional roller coaster. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You're tiny.
I know.
You just go on Note's back. He might eat you, but he might not.
Those are options.
Those are your two options.
Zana, would you like any of Bart's items? I have a rapier and a shield.
While the sentiment would be there, no. I think I'm gonna hope that they find their way back to him.
Yeah, okay.
But thank you. I know my connection with him is weird.
Dude,
your connection
there hasn't been a normal day since I met you.
Like, my connection with most people, I'm like, hey, I know you. I don't know you, but I did know you. I kind of know you. The other me knows you.
I like that still doesn't make you the craziest person in the party.
Nope.
Not
at all.
You would be the craziest.
There's a strong race going on with that.
I'd say Donovan. Love you, Donovan.
Donovan's definitely in the lead.
Yeah.
Not by much, but it's there.
Yeah.
Cedric's not crazy. He's just like
he's like a mad doctor, mad scientist type of crazy. Whereas Donovan is like a clown crazy.
Yeah.
Also, Donovan, you may need to be careful. I'm not positive, but I think she gave you a pass saying that your sword was a parlor trick. While yes, we do want it to be checked out, you need to be careful with who knows about it.
Yes.
It's not a normal thing.
Yeah, but that's
People
why
are
I have
gonna
you
want
guys.
that.
Yes, but telling
Donovan,
just
I don't
So-
do good with lies. You
it's not
guys.
it's not
Donovan, we're
lying.
not asking you to lie. Just maybe keep him under wraps a little
Just
bit
don't
more.
go
He is
running
a
around.
very, very valuable item.
Lie by
A
omission.
lot of people are gonna want it.
It's not even really lying. Just don't run around saying I have a magical.
Yeah,
That talks
lie
to
by
me.
omission.
Just don't bring it up.
Maybe
Okay.
don't bring out your kid pictures for everybody.
Okay. And with that,
This is when
Donovan
we
will
slayed a
stand
dragon
up.
together.
Donovan will stand up and wipe his tears, and he will resume the very solemn face that he had when you first met him. When are we leaving?
Well,
I assume now?
so pause breaks. There were a lot of things the party wanted to accomplish. Are you leaving Duodecim? If you're leaving Duodecim, you would be abandoning at least a couple of them. Which is fine. Just don't be midway through your trip and be like, oh crap, we forgot about Balefire.
Well, did we want to see if there's someone that could look at your sword in Duodecim? Because it does need to be looked at, just not told to the government about.
Shepherd?
We're saying Shepherd or like another temple of sorts, like a war god I know Layla was mentioning.
Okay.
Yes, and Orion knows that because the Tempest, mostly the temple, and a lot of people who are very warlike are in the mountains, there are followers, they're in the polytheistic temple. Just don't make up the main.
Okay.
Much like there was like one Kalimdor priest and from a shepherd.
And then there's Balefire. We wanted to see if we could find him and see if we could convince him to actually talk.
I assume we're going to offer him something in return for his services.
Protection's all he'd want. He's
Alright.
doing a very good job of hiding.
But how can we give him protection?
We could make it. Well, would I know of various ways of protection? Because, night but crazy.
Various ways of.
Such as we could give him a escort party to somewhere he'd want to go. Maybe
Escort him something beyond the reach of Duodecim, perhaps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then if he said something, the possibility of him getting got is lower?
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be good. So, let's see. We had a list in the chat.
Yeah, you had a sizable list. Thunder was absolutely one of them. Balefire was one of them. Bart was one of them.
If anyone wants to look at that,
there it is.
Post it in. Yeah.
So research. That's all, you guys. If you wanted to learn how Vine is even alive,
that would wait.
As far as Lil and Pangerbon,
which I'm gonna spell out.
Yeah.
Pangerbon?
I heard it once and typed it, and I was like,
I don't know if we'd find any information here about them.
I was just going through it, like thinking about sessions, and I was like, oh, that happened.
That did happen. I, out of character, know exactly what was going on with that, but
I know part of it.
Yeah, but in character, I don't know if we'd be able to find anything about it. I don't know if it's written down or. I especially don't think Pangerbon is talked about at all. Good.
Yeah, I just brought that up.
Thank you for the song.
Not the whole group. Some of us were hanging out someplace else.
Pangerbon is singing in the background.
So did we figure out what we're doing with Seven?
We told Evelyn about him, and so she's taking care of him.
Okay.
At this point.
She's dealing with that.
Is that confirmed?
We know that Bart is still alive. We don't know in what condition or where, but we know he is alive.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible we could ask for another scry on that, like a more specific one, but...
Safina likely has his compass, so he'll maybe find a way to a pool if he thinks about that. He probably will, maybe.
I'm willing to help you guys out with all your problems, but no, nobody wants to help me.
We just
Yeah,
stopped
nobody wants
getting
to commit
arrested.
murder, okay?
Mike,
We've brought you back from the dead twice and kept you.
From being
Maybe
from being
take you
arrested.
Yeah,
Also, our
she said
problem
mean
is
things.
He
Just
said mean
involve
things
murder.
about me.
She didn't really, though.
Are you really gonna hurt everybody who says mean
She
things
thought
about you?
it.
Because that's gonna be.
She did.
Oh wait, did he hear
Well,
her thoughts
Yeah,
too?
he can still hear everybody's mean thoughts.
That's amazing.
Aw.
This is Panger.
Thank you,
Oh.
Ron.
Oh, so like it was just named after your cat?
No, the cat was named after the character.
Oh,
Oh. That seems
As was Jarvis.
As was Jarvis. Most of the animals, except for Bentley, was named after characters in the campaign. Not the other way around.
Because we also have our cat Clyde.
cool.
Well, as far as I know, we are definitely going to investigate Sunder with a trace of Tempest. Another second crime with Bart was in the mix. Balefire tracking, if we can catch him. And Seven's taken care of. And figuring out Vine would take a while. Maybe.
It could either take asking or research. I'm not sure if we have the resources here. We might have the resources here, but I'm not sure if we do.
It would call in a lot of favors.
We don't have a lot of favors to call in.
Yeah, that's why it's a bigger problem.
Your ally list is small. It's
Well,
there.
that is why
small.
Zana's trying to be nice with Evelyn, so that we have just a
Listen,
person.
I didn't do anything to her. I don't know if she hates me.
You start,
she'll
the
be-
hospital.
I'm sleeping with Bart, and also.
Oh, no.
So Zana's like, by the way, there's nothing going on. It's like,
It's
what?
like, this
What?
is, I just want to
I
clear
didn't know there was a thought in anybody's head, but come on.
So should we put Vine research on the back burner since we don't have that many resources to do so?
I would say.
I would
so.
say yes. Like,
don't
of the
even
things
really
that
know his
we're
name.
following, that seems a little bit harder to do.
It also seems like something that we can take more time to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might have maybe have better resources if we go back to Crystallis at some point. That might have some better resources for us to actually figure out anything. I feel like their library would be bigger, and that's kind of what you'd need.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
really, it's mainly just what do we want to do with Balefire before we go to Atbury?
Right. So we just need to find him first.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we keep saying that we want to offer him security. So we were going to just say that he would be able to get safely out of Duodecim. Is that the
Yeah, we'd help
form
him get out
of
of
security we would
Duodecim.
give him?
yeah.
He can disappear after that.
Okay, so who has the highest charisma here?
Cedric.
I got 8.
Nope.
Nope.
Layla has 13.
Well, let's
12.
find him first.
This. Oh, I have a 18.
So Cedric, would you like to talk to, if we find him, if we find Balefire, would you be willing to talk to him and convince him to tell Rigel what happened in
Sure.
the mines?
Yeah, I don't mind helping you guys out. I'm not selfish like you guys.
How are we selfish? We literally saved you so many times.
It's like on the ground. I'm not
Just
selfish like you guys.
I want to give
Just
Cedric
watch
a
me
hug.
get knocked.
I just
In any
want to
case,
accidentally kick some
I'm being sarcastic, so yeah.
and dirt in the face.
Oh,
Start the face.
Yeah.
Face start.
Well, thank you.
Oh.
So
That reminds
I
me.
don't know what do you have expertise in persuasion, Layla?
I have a +4 for persuasion.
So one
So-
thing.
No expertise.
Oh, I have +7 then.
Just
Say-
you just make him work.
Now, Cedric, when you finally do wake up, you from your unconscious state, and you guys are planning, you wake up into Phantom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you wake up
Well.
into majestic Flooflands.
well.
It always happens.
Not this again.
Come on, Fantome! Let's go!
It's like, all right, we're going
Well,
into
you
the-
have. Well, the thing is that you also have the two aspects that were just granted to him at your disposal.
Yeah.
that
Which
too.
are
Don't know.
we know those
Panther
three.
and Firefox.
Panther allows him to displace.
Yes.
I don't know what
Mhm.
Firefox does yet.
He can
Fire-
look up whatever he wants.
The Firefox ability allows him to change his attacks to fire-based, and allows him to shoot a firebolt at a distance.
Awesome.
Fantome's
Fire.
a badass.
That is kind of nice.
Nice.
A fire-breathing wolf.
It's eye lasers. Come on.
Eye lasers.
Excuse you. Eye lasers.
As
I want
bad as I think is Fantome.
Yeah,
behind
what he
me.
literally does is the same thing with both his coming from his paw. So whenever he paws, it's gonna be fire based, and that paw can go up to about 20 feet out.
I really want Fantome to become Bolt. The
Become
movie
what?
Bolt.
What?
A wolf?
Bolt.
Did not see that.
Oh,
Oh,
Bolt.
it's such a good Pixar movie.
Oh,
Yes.
both. Yeah, let me say both. I'm like, he
Oh,
has
sorry,
both.
both.
He has.
I don't know.
Oh yes. Just wait for it. Do some aspect of electricity.
In any
Yeah,
case,
that-
while I'm in Fantome's form, I'm just sitting still, waiting until it goes back. Because this has happened to me before.
Yep.
But you have you said anything?
Cedric.
Well, Cedric,
Come on.
actual
Go.
Cedric is rolling around the ground like a dog might, just rolling like on his back.
I was like, maybe he got hit in the head too hard.
Oh no, it happened again.
Is
Cedric barks at.
Oh,
I really like
okay.
Cedric better.
Oh,
this
okay.
way.
But yeah, but then I don't have Fantome by me.
I understand.
Well,
Like, as soon as I realized that, I
think I
took my
can
hand off of
speak.
Fantome. I'm like, nope.
I don't think I
Thing.
can speak common or real words when I'm in a wolf body.
You bark.
You bark.
Yeah, I thought so.
well, at least it's still Shaq. Wait, no, that's not good at all. Never mind.
Well, we know it stops.
Well,
Just like just wait it. Just
What
wait.
was it, about a
Wait it
minute
out.
last time?
I'm
Something
not
like that,
going
yeah.
into the city like this.
We don't hear you say that.
Nope.
Bark, bark, bark. Fantome is like bark, 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 bark. Stern
I think
gaze.
I think he's trying to talk to us. I'm not positive,
Well, I mean, you're able to
I
understand.
could.
You could.
but I don't want to.
Okay.
That's fair.
like, like
Alright. If you wait it out, it will return back to normal.
I will throw a stick for
Cedric
human
Fantome?
Fantome.
Human Fantome. God.
Yeah.
Well, Cedric will wake up with the taste of like dirt and bark in his
Try.
mouth.
I stand
You're
up
welcome.
immediately and dust myself off. It's like,
gotta love that wild magic.
Waking up into a dog.
Are you okay?
yes, let's get on with it. I'm not happy right now.
Yeah, you're a little bit dirtier than we usually see you.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to. Don't I have like that one spell, prestidigitation?
Yeah,
And-
clean yourself.
Yeah, I just
Well,
get the dust away, dirt.
you're alright.
Yes.
All right,
I'm
you
gonna
wanted
unlock
me to
the
speak to Balefire.
Alright. So how do you plan on finding Balefire, given this week you haven't really been able to find him?
I guess I would head off to protect the.
Cut out.
Nope, you're
Yeah.
cut out completely. You said you're going to, and then there's nothing. I'm sorry.
So-
Mike.
I would go to the contact that has given me the most information about him and see what the latest on him is and if they've found him again since 2 days ago.
Yep. So your contact says that they saw someone matching Balefire's description down by one of the gates last night, but nothing since. So it's been-
Which gate did they see him by?
They saw him by. That gate. Far to the.
Have we talked to Dante about potentially knowing where Balefire may be? Because he does deal in information, just to see if he has any information on where he might be.
Not Balefire. I think almost all the questions have been about Bart.
Okay. We might want to ask, just because he does deal in information,
Yeah.
he may know something.
Yeah.
He also might not know something, but it's
Also, do I know the other locations of where he's been spotted recently? See if he's like sticking to one area of the
Yeah.
city or something like that.
Jessica Jones's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been spotted across the entire area. For your thievery background, he's casing the city. It seems like to find a way to cleanly exit, or at least not get caught. He does not want to be caught.
Well, I did ask Dante about Balefire.
He did.
Yeah.
I think during day 1 though, wasn't it? Not day 7.
I don't.
Probably.
All right, we'll say you talked about in day 1 where there wasn't a whole lot of information to go with. Oh no!
Oh.
What's happening?
Oh no! Oh no! Discord.
Oh no.
Yeah, Discord reboot.
Oh, that'll happen.
Fun.
Mine just started saying that it was updating, and it just kept doing a loop where it's like, I'm updating, and then going away, then updating, and going away. I had to restart the computer. It was fun.
Discord has said,
go.
hello! And I was like, bye. Yeah, so we'll say that was the first one. So, yeah. Welcome to Reapproach Dante.
Back to Dante.
Back to Dante!
Wow.
What's
While
up? Donovan.
they're going to Dante, I want to go see my parents' graves.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you haven't gotten to do that.
Yeah, now that you
You
got to the
finally
city.
can! Now that you can enter the city. Davin's like, I've got city things. Alright. You can see your old house. Cry. You can see your dead family's mausoleum. Cry. We're gonna get you a bottle of water.
Yeah. I run my hand past the graves, listing off the names Adrian, Barnabas, Coretta, Edith, and Thistle. And then I just stop at my parents. I love you.
Thunder blinks in its sheath.
Yeah.
Osmond
You
says a
would've-
little prayer. Vine scoffs. Thunder blinks.
You would have loved them, buddy.
Blink.
Mom used to make the best pie.
Blink.
I miss her pie.
Well, and that's why he loves pie.
Ah,
Full circle.
circles. Pie.
Everything is pie.
Apple pie.
I'll need some tea.
Tea
And
pie?
Why not?
the soggy bottom.
why not? It's tea.
You don't want
Donovan,
to
I
soggy
think
You
bottom.
don't want a soggy
You don't
bottom.
want to talk about it.
Donovan, I think you might want some ale.
The layers are quite lovely.
Quite lovely.
And then I'll
Quite
go
lovely.
back up and I'll try to peek and see who's in the new house, who's in my parents' old house.
All right, you stalk around your parents' old house, and it's a nice another gnomish couple with their family, and they look happy with their 2 kids,
That's Mom.
living nice family life in your old childhood house.
So many memories. I hope you make the best ones.
Memories you can find Dante in drinking, establishing a bar tab.
Always. Don't order the most
Nope,
expensive
we're
thing
not
that you
doing
then
that.
have to
We're
pay
not doing
for.
that. Not doing that again. Made the mistake once, never again.
Alright, see
But that was good wine though.
Dante is in the tavern having a conversation with another person. At this point, Layla would recognize that person as a member of the guild.
Hey.
Hey!
You know people.
I do.
Damon's at a table, having a meal, have a little bit of mutton, a little bit of drink,
Mutton.
have a nice conversation with another gentleman. Looks like a merchant, dwarvish merchant.
Mm.
We should probably wait until that conversation's over there.
Doesn't take long. They talk for a little bit, and guys gotta go. Since you're, midday, it's like a lunch break sort of thing. And
We'll walk over.
And Dante looks over. It's like, hey, how are you doing?
Hello again.
Hey, he looks over and sees like that there's a bunch of people. Everyone except Donovan, I assume. It's like, yeah, that's a big gang of peeps. He goes and says, grab a few chairs. What can old Dante do for you? This little shimmy.
Have a good conversation just then?
That was fantastic. It really always is. The people here are so friendly.
They really are.
Yeah, it's a. He looks like no, out of character. It's a complete lie. It's a bunch of dwarves.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's got like obvious tiefling features all across him doesn't make it any better.
We were hoping you might have come across some information that you could share with us.
I asked you about a week ago.
Oh, that? Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on it, keeping an ear on it. Yeah, he's still around. You know, he just pops in, he pops out, and kind of like the shadows. You know, you throw something in it, and then you go search for it. It's not there. Stuff like that. He's a tricky guy. He's a tricky little
And
trickster.
that's when Donovan walks in.
Donovan comes in all sad, like, tricky little trickster, and looks over at Donovan and is like, that guy needs a drink. That guy needs a couple drinks.
Yes.
We're not paying for your drinks, by the way.
That's fine. That guy picked
Out
up
of-
my tab.
Out of character, has Dante ever told Layla his full name?
Once, yes.
Done.
And his standard flamboyant,
Like way he introduces
Flynn
himself?
Rider-esque fashion. Yes, he has once.
Okay. All right.
Out of character, I don't remember that, so
She
Dante
was like, fuck you. So, I mean, it makes sense that not to register it.
Dante Leon.
Dante Leon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, I remember.
Dante
it was
Leon.
like Leon.
Dante Leon.
I wasn't sure if that connection was ever made. So I'm like,
Yeah.
while we're here, was that connection ever made?
Yeah.
I
I remember that now. I remember that.
What connection?
That the person that is giving her tasks to do is somehow related to Dante.
Yeah. So our friend that we're looking for, have you seen him lately? Anything as of today?
Yeah, I have seen him today. He's over near the East Gate, but say he's a little slippery little guy, right? It's you need special ways to see him.
Special ways?
Special. Like, I don't assume any of you have like a gem of true seeing on you. A few thousand gold to sure one.
Nope. Don't have those things.
All right. He's kind of hard to find.
Are there any spots that he shows up multiple? Like he's shown up multiple times.
He has, yes. So saith our. He kind of like winks over there. So say the contacts on the street.
What kind of person? I guess because he requires a gem of true seeing. What kind of person would need that kind of thing to be able to see them, or would have the magic that's the only way you could see them?
Out of character question. Sorry. Does detect magic would allow me to see invisible people since it shows me the aura? No.
Oh.
Okay.
Good. It's a good try. I think what detect magic will let you know is that there is illusion magic around, but nothing beyond that. So pretty big radius. It's kind of like feeling heat in a room.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Apart from having a lot of money and a fancy gem, Leon.
Cut out. Yeah, well,
Every time.
You're like, this Yeti's gonna get set up because fuck this mic.
No, I tried it today and it was catching everything.
It does. It took me a couple good tries to set it up. So go ahead again. Repeat. Redo.
Apart from having a lot of money and a fancy gem, any way to catch somebody using that sort of magic?
He thinks. You could find celestial magic, infernal magic. So like shadow walking or gem of true seeing will be more celestial magic. So something of that nature. Because you're looking at someone who does not really stick to this exact. Kind of like he points to Cedric. It's kind of like when you guys do that blinky thing, when you blink in and out. It's kind of like that. Only he does that and changes the way he looks, so it makes it even worse.
Oh, fun.
He's very good at disguises.
Are there any spots that he seems to like particularly?
No. He's pretty damn smart. I'd imagine he's trying to case out his surroundings. A pretty smart fella.
Yeah, that's a problem for me. Yeah. Well, we can do the shadow walking shit, but
I have an idea that we should talk about Layla in a little bit. of
Okay.
how to get him to cooperate.
Oh, okay.
Dante's like,
So we can't scry for him, really, right?
Not really.
And he's really good at disguises. Do we know of any creature or any being that has those abilities? What if he's
A
not
doppelganger.
human?
Are you thinking Rakshasa?
No, I'm thinking of your list.
Oh.
You need his
Do
heart.
they change their looks and stuff? Oh, I assume they would, actually. I didn't even think about that.
What if
Yup.
you offered his heart?
Oh, what's going on here? Word.
Talking about a demon or a devil?
An incubi, actually. Incubus.
Maybe we should have this conversation away from certain people. Yeah.
It's like, I tried to, and then he just keeps watching. But I
Yep.
agree.
I
I think it's an idea.
That is an idea.
it is an idea, Dante says.
Like,
Yeah.
I agree.
It is very strange not being able to scry him.
See, Dante looks at us like, it is, and that's kind of the things that caught me as a touch funny, right? Like, you should be able to scry a guy.
Yeah. You would think, right? That's
You would
normally how
think,
it
yeah, that's pretty normal. I mean, like any one of us here could be scryed. It's like the boogeyman that keeps us all in line in Duodecim. Arbiters come
There's-
knock your door in the middle of the night because they know
It's
what you did
possible
like 2
there
weeks
is
ago.
magic or imbued in an item or a spell that can block this. There are very few creatures that can do it inherently. At least ones in the mortal plane.
Shit.
Dealing with some shit right here. That's
When are we not?
I mean, you make an excellent point.
I grab his drink and then.
See, look that shit. He flags down other ones. Like, let's drink. Better way of handling this.
All right. Well,
He gets one for Layla as well. It's like 2 now. It's like, you want 1 too, Orion? We can get 3.
I'm good.
Okay.
I would like some tea.
you would like some alcohol.
It's
Sir.
like, no, we're getting you a double, sir. Like, you need to rehydrate. Your face is a bit moist.
All right. So I think we should head over to the eastern section of the city. That's where he was last spotted.
I agree.
Is there anything else I would need?
Hopes and dreams.
I already have those, just not few.
So yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
Don't ask him.
Can I
about
just take
what
out my semi-precious
ask
gem?
him. Okay.
Your
Like,
bullshit.
don't ask
Your
him about
bullshit
it.
semi-precious gem.
You're not one precious gem.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, you pull out your semi-precious gem.
Out of character, would this count as a spellcasting focus?
No.
Darn it.
It counts as a
It's
gem.
literally a rock.
Yep.
Darn it. I might need one of those.
Didn't he find the rock and then he just rolled so badly he thought it was a gem?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He rolled a
Okay.
1 and thought that the rock was a precious gem.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm just going to
What?
put it in my
What
pocket.
have you got there, Donovan?
Oh, it's just a rock. Rock that I picked up.
Why are you keeping it? Is it? I mean,
Are you gonna start talking to rocks now?
No, you bloody
Good
exact idiot.
question.
It's,
Hey, it's
valid-
not a dumb
it's
question.
not a far-fetched question.
Not really.
He's like, it's a valid question though.
Valid.
I don't know. It's probably like I should get rid of everything I have that's not important. Or you want to take a look at it, or anyone really
That's
want to take a
what
look at it.
people say before they commit
The
to.
rock?
Are you okay?
I mean, it looks like a rock to me, but some of you guys might know what it is. Might
I
not
don't
just be
sense
a rock.
any, do I
It's a
sense any
rock.
magical aura
No.
from her?
Sure, Donovan.
is.
I'd love to look at it.
Okay, I'll just give it to Orion.
Orion, it's a very pretty rock.
Thanks.
At least it's pretty.
It's a nice rock, Donovan. Do you
That
want it
is
back?
a I like that rock.
That's a nice rock.
I'm giving it value. It doesn't really have value, but I'm giving it value. I'm creating a rock market.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
we
rock
could sell
collection.
pet rocks for a living.
I don't really need it. Yeah,
Great.
just need
Cedric,
something.
you said you like
If
it.
you don't want it, I'll take it.
I toss it to Cedric.
I just need a
Yeah.
bloody spell
I
card.
like this rock.
I don't know where to get one.
I
Like
don't
at the
understand.
market, maybe.
In fact, I think I'll call him Ozzy.
Ozzy?
Are you gonna draw some eyes on him?
I'm surprised you didn't call it Vesper as like a
Oh, no, that's
Too
a
soon.
dead bat.
Vesper's gone.
too soon. That's
That's a
true.
dead bat.
I'd probably just go buy one if we have any fun stuff.
I don't know. What are the two names in your sword again?
Oswin, Vine.
All
Speaking
right,
of which,
Thunder.
you have not told me that.
all right, I'll call. This guy also has two personalities. It'll be Vinny and Ozzy.
Nice.
Vinny.
Nice.
Just
Oh.
whack him, Vinny.
Donovan still doesn't know that Vine's name is Vine.
It's not.
Nope.
Oh, all right.
But you
He
do
called
know
him
it has
Deathwing
to
so
be
far, so he would say Deathwing is what he's nicknaming him for
Deathy?
IP.
Can we say that name out of character? Can you just tell me that outside and away from people?
Cedric? Okay.
Yeah.
I took the time to read the book for you and pulled out the name of the dragon. Okay, yeah, sure. That sounds like Cedric.
Yeah. No.
Okay,
What
so
sounds like me?
do we want to
No,
go to
it's
the east
not.
side of the city?
Yeah, let's get to the east side of this.
Yeah, Sundergo.
So then I can have the conversation that I would like to have.
Thank
With
you for your
Layla.
time, Dante.
Oh yes,
We're
always.
gonna go.
He takes whatever things you don't drink. It's like more for me. But of course, I'm paying for it. So
Donovan's
why
just gonna
not?
take one. Just gonna take one.
Yeah, Layla downed hers.
Oh yeah.
And as soon as it
I'm
touches
having
lips,
water.
Ugh. This why I should have had tea. You can have that. Just
Oh,
gonna pass
Jesus.
it back to him. Just gonna walk out.
Yeah.
It tastes like it.
More of a shale. It's delicious. All right,
Yeah.
so you are now outside Random Tavern number 5. Go ahead.
Okay. So
You think he might be an incubus?
yes, Cedric, what do you know? You're the most magical. What do you know about an incubus?
What do I know, GM?
It's like, hold on.
I don't really. I don't even think I have the right
Religion.
copy of the monster manual.
Yeah, I can pull that up. Go ahead and to see what you know about this, as you do have a good chance about it. Go ahead and roll Arcana.
All right.
You've barely rolled this session.
It's been a lot of
This is the
talking this
first one.
session.
Oh, that is his first roll.
It is the first roll of the session, so you know quite a bit. And I'll pull it up and tell you exactly what they are. They are devils.
Anything else other than that?
No, I'll tell you.
Yeah, you rolled a 23. I'm hoping you know more than they are devils.
Yeah.
Surprise! That's what you know.
Surprised they actually aren't. What?
They're devils that like to prey on women.
Incubus, yeah, do prey on. They really prey on anything that they can prey on. They're good preyers.
You're a woman.
They're the male
Josephina.
counterpart to
Oh,
succubi.
Sophina.
That is so true.
So they'll really just
Hey, what?
prey on whoever wants them.
Correct.
Pretty much.
They are devils of lust.
Devils of lust.
So they find your desires, they
That's
prey
right.
on them, and then they tend to kill you, and they
That's
and
a-
thrall and charm you. They are
a great
shapeshifters
band
by
name.
nature. Incubus,
Are they immune to scrying?
they are not.
Do they have the ability to blink?
They do not. They have the ability to shift forms.
Oh yeah, that's
Can they
especially
shift
as a
into,
demon
like-
of desire.
to
Or
whatever-
devil of desire.
So he may
Nah.
have something helping him shift. out of existence. But he is switching form, which is still probably an incubus. How does one catch an incubus? Well,
so my thought, and
Mhm.
hear me out, I know it's on your list to get his heart.
Mm-hmm.
And of what you've told me, you can't get everyone's heart.
Correct.
So
Oh.
you may be able to find him by seeing whose heart you can get.
I could probably get a little bit closer before I need to.
Right. And we could use that instead of the protection. We could use that as a bargaining chip for him to tell the truth. Can't hear you at all.
Of course not.
Why would you?
The best part is we can't hear you when you want to say something in character, but then as soon as you go out of character, we hear everything.
Everything.
Right? It's terrible.
Secure my thoughts and in character. Also, Beautiful Corruptor is the most pertinent entry in the monster currently in Discord.
I see that. There's a chunk.
There's a chunk attack.
That is a chunk.
Wow, that explains it.
Yes.
Indeed.
I can't believe Safina was into that asshole. But
I mean,
so the
it
blinking
literally
in and
gets
out.
his job.
So the blinking in and out. Sorry, I misspoke. Is something they can do. It's the ethereal jump.
Oh, okay. Okay, then that
Then I say all signs are pointing to yes.
probably. Yep.
Well,
So,
yep.
I know last endeavor into the shadow plane was not great.
It wasn't, but that was also below ground. Hopefully, above ground is a little less terrible.
Something to have you gone into the shadow plane outside of the temple and been safe?
Have I?
I think so. You've gone in and out a lot in the temple. You went in once
In
with
the cave.
Fine. Once with Fine.
Yeah.
And then you went and did it in the caves.
You did it in the mine. Oh no, mine.
Yeah, I did it.
That was bad. She
That was
almost died
bad.
in the mine. Yeah,
That was
like
real bad.
without mortal peril to her. Has she gone in there without?
I have not.
Okay. Have you tried fighting whatever is over there? Do you know? Just
Yeah, that's not happening.
Kill it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you have resources. Did you want to reach out to them and get help?
What resources are you talking about?
The mysterious door you walk into and then disappear from the world?
Oh, yeah, that. I mean,
just to see if they can give you hints on how to not die.
I've asked for that, and their response was, "Don't go there."
But how are you supposed?
I was told it's a dangerous place, and that's pretty much all they can tell me. They're not like this place I go. It's not like a vault of knowledge that I go to. It's a vault of thieves. They're not the most forthcoming of people.
Okay. I know this is probably our best option. I'm just worried about sending you into a realm where you might not come back.
Trust me, I'm not looking forward to. However, I do also have a nifty that doesn't require me going into a shadow plane.
Okay.
If Donovan would like to take a few steps back,
sure.
Then I'll walk a few feet forward and look to where my shadow is pointing.
What the what?
Dance. You get to listen to the aria of the soul while I'm doing that. Where she? Where?
Meh.
I'd like you to know that while we are playing D&D, Panger is hiding underneath the bed with half of his body sticking out of the bed. Like his hind legs just splayed out behind him. Like he's hiding. He's not hiding.
Yeah.
Let's see here. You take a step back. the shadow points. The head of your shadow consistently points towards the sheath where Sunder is.
I continue to walk further away.
Okay. Keep walking away. Keep walking away. At this point, he's a block away and still pointing to him. But you keep walking.
Yeah.
Do you want us to follow you as you walk?
I'll shout back that Donovan needs to stay back, but anybody else who joins,
I'll just go
wants
to the
join is
temple.
welcome.
I'll just.
Sorry, Donovan. It's nothing personal.
I know.
I can stick with Donovan.
So who stays with Layla and who stays with Donovan?
I'll stay with Donovan.
I will stay with Layla.
Okay.
I ain't fast or stealthy. I'm not good in this situation.
Do we have a way to contact each other? That would really help.
No.
Meet up at Dante. Meet up with Dante.
When?
When you're done.
We need to contact you before we're done. Cedric has message, right? Would that? That's not far.
That's short range.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Jess, run to the
We're really
street.
gonna have to figure this out.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
until
gonna
we
get rid of
do, let's just meet at a temple. Or not temple, a tavern.
Oh no, I got rid of message.
No, we should meet somewhere on the eastern side. Do we have a landmark on the eastern?
Tavern.
Okay,
Yeah.
then tavern.
Okay.
Let's go to this tavern right there.
All right.
That tavern.
Yep.
The bed and breakfast that's also someone else's home.
Yep. It's gonna be great. All right. So as we're walking away from them, Zana's the only one with me, right? Or,
To my knowledge, yes.
Where's Cedric?
Unless Cedric wants to go.
Cedric, where you going, bro?
I don't know where Cedric is. I know where the other two are going.
There is alcohol there.
So actually, Cedric, can you come with us? We may need your persuasion.
No,
Yeah.
sure. I'm going with.
All right.
I got nothing better to do.
That's
Okay.
the spirit.
Legitimate. All right.
So once we're far enough away from Donovan and Orion, I'm going to let them know what I'm doing. So Zana, you know about the list. I don't know if Cedric's seen it or not, but my shadow happens to point towards things on this list. I am currently following my shadow. Without our full party, probably shouldn't take on Balefire when we find him, but we can at least track him this way. And one of us can keep an eye or we can send somebody for the others, and while the other two keep an eye and just track him. Did any of that come through?
Yeah.
Yes, all
It did.
Just have to check.
Okay, so we have a way to track him. What are the other things on your list again? We just want to make sure that hopefully it won't cross over with anything else.
Sunder, which is why we need to not have him here at the moment.
Right.
The incubus part and Sands of Time, and I think that's it, unless it's been updated.
It hasn't.
So we can potentially also be prepared to walk up next to Sand, but
sure,
we may find him. Okay.
Yeah.
Sand?
Yeah.
One of her things is Sand of Time. So if it points to things that she needs, it may point her to Sand.
If we find the sand, I give it back, and then.
True.
True,
Yeah.
but this is also helping us in the personal life as well as the other thing.
Also, I would really appreciate it if we didn't tell Donovan that Sunder was on my list, Cedric.
Mulling that over.
Would really appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah. You walk far enough, and your shadow does indeed change. It sends you northeast.
I follow my shadow.
Follow your shadow.
And we are being stealthy while we're doing this.
Just casually walking along, like, yeah.
Nope. We are going slowly.
Slowly.
We are keeping to the shadows.
Keeping to the
Hold
shadows.
on.
I'm
Let's
teaching
do
you guys to rogue.
He can teach y'all to rogue.
We're also going to do a little
Pass without trace. All right,
Pass
who has
without
the
trace.
lowest stealth? I believe it is Cedric.
Probably.
Yeah.
Cedric, roll stealth.
Well, Orion.
My ridiculous.
Orion's not with you.
Orion's
I'm
not
not
with us. It's just
Oh,
us.
yeah, good point.
I got disadvantage and -1.
Oh,
So
You need past
that's
thought
why
trace.
that's why I didn't go.
Okay. A healthy amount.
That's
Okay.
the reason I didn't go with you guys.
So
Yeah,
you
I
may...
just have a straight +0 to stealth. Okay.
it's fine because you
Yeah,
got
but it's
plus 10
plus
to
10.
23, so we're okay.
Okay. So the three of you continue on. You get closer. You notice that the jig of your shadow dar begins to become more and more concise until you find yourself along the eastern wall, about there. And you see two soldiers talking. Both of them are dwarven. But they seem to be good friends. Very chummy. Talking about what they're going to do after work.
I think he's one of the dwarves.
Are they gonna do hooker things?
They might. I don't know. Oh god. Okay. Okay.
Are you ready?
Well, are we sending somebody back for the others?
I don't think we can. If they're just going to, they're going to like a temple. Like they're going far away. They're not going to like a.
I thought they. Oh yeah, we're meeting.
We're meeting after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's our plan? Oh god, yeah, that's me and Shadow Realm plan, isn't it?
Yep, that's a you and Shadow Realm plan.
Okay.
I know it's dangerous.
All right. Hopefully, I'll be back. I'm gonna try and sneak a little bit closer to them, and then I'm gonna mask it up.
Don't die.
Bye, guys. It was lovely playing with you.
And the party, and then the report.
Yep.
So you mask it up and everyone sees Zana and Cedric see Layla go in the shadows and just not come out. Layla, the shadow plane here in Duodecim is not too bad, all things considered.
Hey!
All the buildings seem to be gray, moonlight pale versions of themselves, small motes of what you assume is large dust floating upwards towards the sky. Is pale twilight form always. You can see the people that were previously around you are more like ghosts in this form, but otherwise seems free of dangers. You see one such creature actually has a much darker silhouette than the others, as opposed to the other dwarf being a same ghostly form. And set right in the middle of that silhouette is a still red heart.
Hey.
Yep. I get ready.
I'm assuming that means you go to grab it.
Yep.
I'm gonna hope so.
That's what snatch means.
I didn't hear you say snatch.
Yeah, you're.
Of course.
I go with the motion
I'm
of
just pantomime everything.
it just charades. All right, go ahead and roll sleight of hands.
2 syllables.
You got this. Why is it disadvantage?
Oh,
Either or.
I don't know.
The first one
I
was.
think because you were poisoned.
Oh, that's right. I didn't.
But now
switch it
you're
from that.
fine.
I'm
'cause
good now.
First roll was. Yeah.
First roll was a 15.
Yeah. So you sneak up, you grab on that heart right through the thick tar-like substance of its chest, like grabbing something out of murk. You get hold of it, pulling it back, yank it out. You have the heart itself is still beating red and crystalline like ruby, but it's covered with this tar that just can't seem to be removed. It's sticking to your hand. Like you can't do anything with it if you wanted to.
Okay. I sneak or I walk back over to Zana and Cedric and then take my mask off.
Okay.
Once I'm
So
safely back in the shadows.
You didn't die.
you didn't
Much
die.
better up here.
However, roll perception.
Oh.
Oh, there it is.
Uh-oh.
I knew it was too easy.
Okay. Something odd as you go to take your mask off. You don't seem to notice something. Something that seems like it has a lot more substance and color, but you pull your mask off, not getting a chance to investigate further.
Okay.
You're back in the material realm, coming out of the shadows. the physical manifestation of this ruby-like gem, and the tar, which it's just like you did put your hand in tar.
Yep. I kind of like hide it in my cloak, and I tell them, okay, that one is Balefire. We need to get him down here to talk to him.
So everyone else noticed it in the material plane. So Zana, Cedric, you noticed that when one of the dwarves was talking, he was very jovial. I'm a dwarf, and we talk about things like beer and manliness. And suddenly he's kind of like, that's bad mutton. And the other dwarf gives him something like, might need that a little bit earlier. The other dwarf gives him something to drink, and he drinks down. It looks like medicine. Potion of something. Drinks it. Okay. Now you're all together, and Mutton Dwarf is done drinking his potion.
Hey guys.
Oh, so you got it?
I got it. I'll like open my cloak a little bit and show her.
It is so nasty. It's the nastiest heart. Heart covered in crap.
Okay.
It's like someone that pulled like a diamond out of dinosaur shit. It's horrible.
Is that what you did to me?
Yours wasn't this gross, weirdly enough.
So now we actually
It'd be a lot more pristine.
Now we actually have to
like a diamond.
Do this.
Yeah. All right, so Cedric, this is probably on you. Go up there, tell him something's gone wrong. Make sure he's that one, and I point out specifically which one it is. Comes down here.
All right, so I'm supposed to go to those.
We need to get the dwarf that had the supposed indigestion.
Yes.
And have him come down here?
Yes, come over to us so that we can confront him.
All right.
Well, we might die. It'll be fine.
Something's gonna happen.
I'll go up to the dwarf then. What should I even say? How do I convince him?
You could say that we need his help. Yeah. He's a soldier, isn't he?
He's pretending he's a guard, so whatever you would say to get a guard to come with you.
Guard!
All right, the two dwarves look at each other and then look at you, and they...
The thief over here. She stole something of mine.
Thief, says the non-mutton dwarf. So we'll call him Button. So Button Dwarf looks at Layla. Aye, is that so?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Ugh. She refutes this.
Oh my god.
We need the other one.
Should we go down to the station together? Sort this out like a man and a thief? Supposed thief? The other one's like, this
Layla,
isn't
say
funny.
that you'll only go in if that one gets you.
No offense to you. I'm sure you're guy.
Nope.
You're a nice guy.
Nope.
That
one. Want him to take.
Want him to take. I want him take. I good thief.
I can't speak in sentences in character. What do you want from me?
That ale, the ale kicks in.
I'll tell the other guard that I need that there's something over there too that he probably needs to deal with.
Something over there. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Yeah, you got it.
And this is why we brought we're like, we are not good at it.
I'm not terrible at it.
No, either. Oh, yes, I heard something over there earlier. And he just stubs off. Halt! A thief! So Mutton Dwarf looks at the three of you.
Aye.
Hi, Balefire.
Strokes his sizable beard. I don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
My name is... 20 seconds later, his long-ass name.
That's a stupid name.
Is a fantastic name.
You seem to have a little bit of heartburn there earlier.
I know. Something
really hard to get when you don't have one.
Ooh.
Yeah, burn.
Ooh, he looks sincerely terrified. What are you
This is yours.
Doing? Oh, yes, I can figure that out. It's the gaping hole in my chest. It's makes sense now. Not so much the food, right?
Not so much.
Not so much the food. So I see that you have taken something of mine. Bravo! I must. You know, I got good play. Very
I mean,
good.
you took something of ours.
Are all you guys just loving the witty banter?
We do.
You guys,
I mean, don't you? Don't you? And then so when you keep someone looking, says like, don't you though? What's Cedric, right? And he shouldn't know that, but go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw, Cedric.
Oh, snap.
yeah, don't worry about it. I got this.
You got this. Okay.
And I am totally going to Tides of Chaos that.
Okay, go ahead, reroll. Ooh, much
Much
better.
better.
Much better.
Yeah, you definitely resist the charm. Don't you agree? Yeah.
Not really.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Here's the thing. I'm willing to give this back to you, although I do have other buyers for it, so I don't have to.
That's true. Just makes sense. You did acquire it.
It's true. There is, however, one thing you could do for me in order to get that back.
Of course, a fair amount of blackmail, like we were going here. Okay.
It's
I
like,
thought
oh,
you'd
black
respect
man.
it.
I do. Look, that's. But still, my still beating hard. I mean, look how much I appreciate it. This little beat, and then there's like.
Don't make me crush it.
No, this isn't once. Becomes ash.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We need you to retake your form as Balefire, come back to the head of the Arbiters with us, and explain what you were doing in the mines.
How about minor change to that? We don't do it at the Arbiters, but we do it somewhere else. Because I'd like to leave after that, if you don't mind.
I turned to Zana. Anybody else he could tell this?
We need specifically Rigel to know about this. So where are you thinking of somewhere else, not the Arbiters? Because you do have to say this to an Arbiter.
Oh, absolutely. And that's kind of like my concern, right? So I'm going to say some things. Dwarves, you know, no offense to the obvious intelligent individual who ran off chasing a rat off of a good suggestion, but not exactly this people. So I don't want to go back into some weird-ass prison. So I'm thinking, how about right there? He points over towards where of the smaller gates. We have the conversation. You give me my heart back. I tell you what you need to know. I go on my merry way. Everyone's a happy customer.
Or
we
could go with the fact that you made one of our friends essentially kill himself for you. You are
see that is wrong. And let's sit fair here. He jumped in. I didn't say come jump in. Oh, Safina, please jump in. I had a trip back home. If anything,
right,
you guys
definitely don't have a charming ability to make him be able to do that.
I don't, right?
Regardless.
And he winks over at Layla. Layla, make a wisdom saving throw.
God damn.
He does.
Like, God damn it.
I don't know.
All right, it's like so nothing seems out of the ordinary. It's like I totally don't. Wink at Layla.
Regardless, we got you out of the predicament that you were in. You would have been stuck down there, and you might have died.
True. That's true. I might have died, and we live a long time, so I can't fault you for that.
So, you are either going to go to the Arbiters, or we'll turn in this heart.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem. And he walks over to Layla, who hands him his heart back.
God damn it!
And he puts it back where it belongs. Now, come here. And he moves over to Layla, who is by his side, puts his arm around her waist. Here's what's going to happen. Now, you are going to help me leave this city, or I am going to drink your friend's soul, much like I did Balefire's. And she'll churn in around there for a good, 10, 15 years before I sell what's left of her down the Infernal Market.
Okay, so out of character. Cedric, you learned like a shit ton about incubuses. Is there anything that can get them out of the charm state?
I'm reading to make sure. Yeah, you have to hurt her.
Hurt her how?
Physically harm her.
Like, just like cut her and then she'll get out of it?
Slap her real hard.
That's what I was
Zappy
planning on doing.
Yeah, like, because if you know this, please do it.
Yeah, am I closer?
You are, but he's like, oh, my buddies, probably gonna come back soon. In case you're thinking of, I don't know, slapping her. I think it's a offense, a jailable offense to attack an arbiter or a person that they're with, right? Yeah.
But she's a
I do it
supposed
anyways.
thief.
You can stomp on my foot.
You do it anyways, good.
So she's like, they're like slowly pacing back like a hostage situation. And Layla's all about it. She's like, oh yeah, my new bed.
I mean, Cedric
Oh,
said that he
yeah.
slapped her anyway, so.
I do it anyways.
I go to slap her face. All right, go ahead and roll athletics.
Oh man, that's the one. I have a -1. What do
You
you
can
help
do
me,
it.
Donna?
The double slap.
I don't have, unfortunately I don't have.
Oh, look at that though.
No, there you go.
Ah.
Oh.
No!
You gotta be kidding me!
Wow.
Oh shit.
So you go
if my slap misses or like I cast, damn it.
So first off, action economy. You're like, oh, he's very smoothly walking away with her, and you just, in all Cedric fashion, go to slap her in the face, and he, and it's like, oh, Layla, disappear for me. They look to be doing you harm, my dear, and he runs away. It's like, yeah,
I just ran away. Okay.
you run away. Yeah, you evade, run away, you're gone. You are the stealthiest character that is just stealthed away now.
Damn it. No. Best plans, man.
Like so.
Sir, you are by far the worst person, not even person, creature I've ever known.
That's
How
fair.
do we know that if we let you out, you will actually uncharm her?
How did I
You've
know?
already made us lose one person.
Let's make something very clear here, little elf. You came to me, you stole my heart, you blackmailed me, and you're saying that I'm the bad person? Now, let's backtrack.
You
I
are
know I'm
a
a bad
devil.
person. True.
You are.
I'm
a
a
devil.
bad person, but you're not exactly such a stellar paladins of the realm either.
I'm not saying I am,
Okay.
but I'm saying you can at least trust what I'm going to say. I'll do what I say.
She is kind of the type that you
Yes.
can trust.
Yeah.
Annoyingly.
Doesn't mean I'm a knight in shining armor,
True.
but you are definitely neither of those.
I am not.
And so how do we trust that you'll even relinquish your hold on her?
You shouldn't. If I'm really thinking about this in your shoes, you probably shouldn't believe anything that I say. So what are you going to do? I mean, I can just have her do it instead. It'll probably take a little bit more time, but she seems very smart and extremely resourceful. And they'll probably just lock her up instead of me, because I won't look like this by the end, trust me.
What have you done?
Can't we just talk to a temple that specializes in smiting devils? I don't know much about this whole thing.
What kind of person am I? I am. I'll tell you that. But let me put it this way. I have been locked up for a very, very long time. And I have no intentions of going back. If it's any consolations for ye old broken heart, the balefire that your compatriot loved so much wasn't me. I just ate his soul. And it was...
Oh, great.
Does make me feel a little better.
Like, actually.
The actual Balefire might help.
When do you need to leave?
Now looks good. You two will do perfectly fine if you don't mind escorting me.
You're a guard. You should know where it is.
Of course. Spunky son of a bitch. Let's go.
Yeah, why haven't you left? If you're a guard, why haven't you left?
You'll see.
Oh, the boop boop?
The what?
The boop boop?
That's not helpful.
The reason that Dave got it.
The ballistas.
The ballistas.
Because he's a monster.
Yeah.
So he escorts the two of you with Layla nowhere to be seen.
Okay, so other question.
In
Different
or out?
question.
In or out?
Out of character.
Sure.
If an incubus is killed,
Yes.
does he relinquish his hold on whoever he's charming?
Yes.
The spell, yeah, it breaks.
Since kill him, you're good.
Can we just get him killed?
Then,
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the situation here.
I know,
Question, and
but-
I mean, you could.
He's an arbiter,
put him
though.
through.
He's on.
Well, if he gets hit by a ballista,
If he
it's
gets
not
hit by a
their fault.
ballista. If he leaves and gets hit by a ballista.
He's basically using you two as human shields. Well, human and elf shield.
Yes.
Who cares? If Layla gets in jail, we can just get her out. We know Rigel after all, don't we?
I am still charmed.
Mm-hmm.
So
we don't know what he's going to have.
Soul.
So the problem is we need to either kill him before he does anything more to Layla, because again, we can't trust his word. That's the biggest thing. We can let him out, but we don't know that he's actually going to let Layla's soul go. So really the only guarantee we have that Layla will be safe is to kill him.
you can't keep charming her indefinitely, can he?
Oh.
I mean,
And you can't command a creature that you've harmed to harm themselves.
Yeah, there are rules to being charmed. Distance, being recharmed, duration, commands you can issue.
What is the how far away is the distance for the spell again?
It depends.
Yeah, I guess.
But what's stopping him from having her stay in the shadow realm near him
Nothing.
and charmed?
Nothing.
And we could never find her.
Nothing. That's why it's a very dangerous situation you're in.
Donovan and I are just at a temple and we're just good time.
It's like everything's
Yeah, good
fine over
time.
here.
I'm making sure he doesn't cry anymore. I'm giving him like talk.
I'd
Real
say
nice.
we just attack him. He can't order Layla to harm herself, and
I can be too.
if any other guards come by, we'll just
He can suck up her soul. That's the problem.
He has to be near her, though.
Again, she could be in the shadow plane right
He can
behind him.
ethereally jaunt too. Remember that.
what?
He can go out of the material plane.
Oh yeah, they
This
could.
guy's annoyingly powerful.
We can live in the shadow plane forever together.
A
ship
CR4
it.
fucking demon.
Stop shipping everything.
I mean, he's got the abilities to make him annoying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those doppelgangers, complete assholes in story-based situations.
Okay. So who has inspiration?
Me.
I do.
Okay. So idea
Me as well.
could be horrible and may not
No.
work.
Mm-hmm.
Probably could just use inspiration and not be charmed, couldn't I?
Can we retcon
Probably.
that?
No.
Damn it!
No.
Forgot about that until just now.
Can we go to the gates, convince him that everything is okay, use the point of inspiration so that they'll still shoot him with ballistas because he's a creature?
I mean,
You can
He has
do
a
something
plan, I
of
think.
that effect. Like the
Like,
effect.
there's a reason. There's a reason he's taking you there. He has a plan to get past.
yeah, because I mean, the ballistas are gonna hit him. They're gonna aim.
And they have
Their
long
targets are-
range. They have long range. So if he was using you as human shields, they would just shoot you too. You'd be dead, and then he would move on. And
Yeah.
he has more. He has more of a plan than just human shield. Is everything I said like correct? Most likely. Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about someone who's something that's very old, and their entire existence revolves around tricking and seducing. Like their entire existence is tricking and seducing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
said, he's looking for you guys for a response. It's like, I could do it the really messy way.
And I really want to just fireball him.
You can't just fireball him.
That would be really bad inside of the gate.
I know.
Yeah.
I just want to.
How about this? I need something more than just your word, because your word is not trustworthy at all.
That's fine. I'm gonna give you the same kindness that you gave me with almost no options, really. I have the leverage, so you can go with me to the gates, or I'll go by myself, and the messy option probably back at all, and you can blame the guards for that. And then you can blame someone else. I see you've made up your mind, so I'll be going. So he turns, he doesn't turn his back, kind of backpedals a bit. Smug smile on his face.
Can we sign a contract on this?
You can see it.
I'm not asking you to sign a pact. He looks at you, he's like, I like you, though. You're smart. Or should have charmed you. That's why I tried to charm you first, by the way. You are my first pick. I hope you go away knowing here that I'd much rather have you than the little girl. But she is really powerful. I have misjudged her entirely.
I might as well take that as a compliment.
Oh, it is. I mean, I've been around for a while. Take it. Sign that in the bank. Give you an autograph, but, true name and all that.
Well,
so,
if you
Cedric, what do we do? Because right now I've been making the decisions and I'm stuck in a corner.
Yeah, we basically have no choice but to go with him. But if we can get him to sign a contract that he will release Layla when he gets out of here, then we can at least trust that. They can't break those sorts of contracts, can they?
He's a devil. He does go by contracts.
Yeah, he's lawful evil.
They're neutral evil, but in this world, yeah. They're much more costly.
Fair enough.
Yeah, your chances are high that a contracting is binding. Devils
so do you want to convince him that? Because you can maybe use persuasion, because I'm not doing good.
Yeah, let us sign a contract. We need collateral, at least. Something to trust us. Or else I'll just go batshit crazy right now.
Batshit crazy? That would delay me like a week or two, and then you'd probably end up in a prison. But you know what? That's sure, why not? Let's go ahead and roll persuasion. Let me hear out your thing. Roll persuasion.
Alright, persuasion it is. Fuck.
And you haven't had a wild surge, so.
Inspiration, if I can.
I mean, you can give him your inspiration, sure.
What does that do again?
It's an advantage. You fucking rolled a 4. You have a +7.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Alright, I'll roll again.
Much better.
Okay.
It's like, oh, okay. You know what? Here are the terms. He starts takes out a piece of paper and he starts writing it. The terms are that you are going to help me leave safely, that you or none of your allies can inflict any harm per pain of blood.
Bren, how long will this not harming you thing last?
In perpetuity.
What does perpetuity mean?
It means until you're forever.
Forever.
Effectively, you guys, it's as safe as possible. I can't harm you. Well, he can harm you. He can specifically hurt Layla as collateral, but you can't harm him.
If we can't harm you for perpetuity, then we need that same perpetuity.
No, because I lose my leverage with Layla.
Oh, don't worry. We'll help you get out.
I will say this then.
Surprisingly trustworthy.
I find that hard to believe.
You could say it goes into effect after he's...
I'm blunt. I don't like lying.
I will say this.
I say what I
want.
want.
Ability to harm you will leave after, let's see, how far can I travel? The next moon. So roughly a week from now. But until that time, I can definitely harm you. You have long lives. At least a couple of you are. He points to the elf. I think that's fair enough.
Zona?
Yes, I'm the. Oh. And we have. Do we have it written down that he will release Layla?
Yes.
Yeah, I read the
free.
contract over extensively. I pour over every single detail possible.
Meanwhile, Layla's like, oh yeah, found my bae. I understand why Safina loves
I'm not letting him get in any loophole edgewise.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, the eternally older being is not leading any holes of that. But go ahead and roll an intelligence. Actually, no, do an insight check.
Good thing I've got proficiency.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
That roll does not help it.
No, want to burn an inspiration point?
So trustworthy?
Not for this one.
Are you sure, Layla? Because this deals with your soul.
I am aware of this, but I want to make sure you guys don't die getting him out of there. So I'm.
Who else has inspiration? This is a situation where I feel like inspiration is needed.
Anybody else?
Nothing.
I blew it.
Okay.
So I
Loyola
can
doesn't
now
want to use it.
or wait to make sure.
Well, because if we need it later when we're about to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I would prefer
then
to save
I
you
sign
people,
it.
But...
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
And I pass it on to Zon so he can sign it.
Shine it.
Yeah, shine it.
So, Dwarf Fire claps his hand together. His fantastic. So here's what we're gonna do. I need you guys to go to the either towers of this gate. I need you to disable the ballistas that are there, and me and Layla are just gonna walk out. None the wiser. No one knows any different. I'm sure you'll find a good reason why you're doing that, and I'll leave. And when I leave, I'll just leave Layla out there. You know, I'll uncharm her for you. At that point, her usefulness is done. I'm pretty full at the moment. Plus, you know, contract.
All right.
So perception checks for Zana and also for Cedric. Nope, not Orion. Orion, you're just hanging out. You're in the temple.
No, I'm just stretching.
Your party. Oh, Jesus
I
Christ!
couldn't have.
Yes.
Wait. Oh, that was Zana's dice.
Yep.
But you know what? One of us
No,
probably
I-
just need to have it, and that's it. Because then I can just tell you.
Zana, whether you want to or not, you are being watched by a man who is doing a very good job of hiding in the shadows.
Being watched.
Yes.
Okay, can I tell from where? You said by hiding in the shadow, but
Yeah, behind you, from his perfectly melding with the shadows, humanoid form, taller than a dwarf.
Mask?
can I? They're behind me.
Yeah, and dwarf fire wants you to continue. So I mean, unless you want to just like stare at him, and because it appears that neither Cedric nor dwarf fire notice.
Yeah.
So you just need to walk forward, and then we will go about our way.
Okay. The dwarf fire is like, great, let's go. And of course, you know, at this point, Layla comes out because hurt or do anything bad stuff happens. Like, come on, that's me and my saucy new side. Let's go. Mm-hmm.
So while they're walking forward, I'm going to attempt to go towards wherever I think we're being watched to see if I can get towards that form and see who it is.
Okay. So you kind of like hold back a bit. Do you provide an excuse, or you just decide to lag behind?
Decide to lag behind.
Okay.
Or I'll say, give me a second. I need to console my conscience.
You do you.
She's a conscious person.
Dwarf fire is like, all right. So check this out. He aside to Cedric. You have to try some of this wine. So
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't take anything he gives you.
it is from
Take everything.
It is from a realm of hell, and it is delicious. He gives you a small.
I'll try
small
some
vial.
later if I can take a flask.
Yeah, it's in a vial. It's a small vial of it, and he kind of like kicks back. He's like, "Look, it's fine." It's like, and he gives some to Layla. He's like, "Ooh, wine! I love wine." And she takes it, and she's not dead or poisoned.
I'm sure it's delicious, but right now I don't have the liberty of being
Don't worry. Don't be such
inebriated in any case.
Don't be such a spoil sport. It'll be okay.
Oh, trust me, I'm not a spoil sport. If you saw me last week, if you saw me over the week.
Oh, I did. That's why I'm offering you some of this. You obviously partake in some of the finer things in life. I see a kindred spirit in you, really. You found some nice whores, some great drink, and you were doing. You were on fire. You were on fire. That double down, I was. I wish I could have spent more time watching the majesty that is you at work. From one fiend to another.
2 weeks straight. Any case,
so
I will drink it, but later.
All right. I'm gonna hold you to that. I might have to write a contract for it. Anyway, Zana.
Die.
Just die inside a little bit.
Like, I hate everything that you stand for and your existence.
So you stay.
I don't think that.
You stay
No,
back.
him.
And yeah, a creature. Someone does go behind. Zana goes. And you see like a little hand motion.
I will go towards the little hand motion.
All right. As you get closer, you hear Dante's voice. Zana.
Dante.
What are you doing?
Trying to not have Layla killed.
Not doing a good job.
Thank you, I'm aware.
just sign?
Something that when he leaves, he'll release Layla's soul because he's an incubi. It's kind of a horrible, horrible thing.
Hey, don't infernal shame. You're okay.
Well, yeah, not you, but he in particular.
Let's not get racially
Wait.
collect here.
Okay, let's not
Is
get
he a
racial.
devil too?
He's a
Tiefling.
He's a tiefling.
tiefling, so he's part.
Oh, all right.
It's okay, I forgive you. I can be your undercover brother. So.
Why are you following us?
Because you obviously left the tavern with some juicy information. I want to know what it was.
Yeah, good point.
Get him to help us with the blood stuff.
Yeah, like, do you know anything that we can do to either disarm a ballista or not have Layla killed?
Have you tried stomping on her foot to break the charm?
We did, and he would not let us stomp on her foot.
What an asshole.
I know, right?
Okay. The other guy, Cedric, he's pretty smart. Was there any loopholes in the contract?
He said he read it and it was fine.
Well,
There's none I can find.
like nothing? So
Like,
what are the conditions? You just have to let him go? Seems bullshit.
we have to disarm the ballista so he can get out, and then he will leave.
What's stopping you from shooting him in the face?
That's also in the contract.
It's part of in the document saying that we can't hurt him.
Wait, you can't hurt him or anyone can't hurt him?
What did it say particularly?
We can't hurt him.
We can't. Our group can't hurt him.
Oh, that's good. I officially hate
Alright.
you.
Ryan and Donovan can't told him because
Come here.
Yeah, just us two.
Okay.
Everybody else in the party
Oh,
can.
oh, it is just us two. Like, it's just us two. We can't. Or is it everyone?
You're
No, it's just us two. We're the only two.
Yeah,
That's
that's why he wants to go right now, so that you can't get help.
Gotcha.
Like, Layla, come here. Or not Layla. Xana, come here.
Yes.
I'm sorry. He punches you in the gut.
What the what?
What?
I hate you. You're a racist bitch. Also, I might be able to kill him because I'm your enemy now.
Oh,
Why are you?
Dante!
Oh. You do it.
Shut up! Stop being so racist, bitch.
Okay. I know. I hate you so much.
I hate you so
I think
much.
It's the horns.
Don't you dare make fun of my horns.
Look at them. You tried to hide
They're
them so much, but you failed.
They're
Everybody
majestic.
fail.
Listen, bitch. I hate you so much I'm gonna kill your friends in cold-blooded murder. Fuck you.
You know what? You should have wings. You need to make it known if you're part demon.
I could also fly if I wanted.
He spits. He bites his thumb at you. And
Rage anger.
and he goes away. And then you hear the voice of Dwarf Fire. Xana, dear. And Dwarvish, which sounds like the worst. I can't even do that voice. Imagine
Yes.
Scottish trying to be fancy.
Yes.
Come.
So
Ass.
We have.
Scottish trying to be British.
Yes, exactly. It's
All
basically the abomination that is Dwarf Fire. Alright, so.
I'm coming.
You need to work in your accent.
Oh, cheerio, dwarves and all those things and such.
Nope.
Alright, so Dwarf Fire and Layla are standing at the gate and having a nice fake chat, of which Layla is all about because she's fucking charmed.
This is the best chat.
Oh, yes, the weather is just so the same, and I'm like,
I want to go mining.
Oh my god, that's right. Layla's thing is like trips like getting
Can we
charmed.
just mine? Like, let's just go back.
So good.
All right, so there are
should really try it.
there are two towers, and both of them have ballistas in them on either side of the gate. So he's waiting for you two, to take care of the ballista and the guards.
All right, I have no clue what happened with Xana, so I'm still going up for those.
I'm with
ballista.
you. I talked to my now enemy, and
Well, I don't know that.
no, I'm saying like I'm with you now. He maybe join you, so that
Right.
we're together. So do you want to take the ballast on the right? I'll take the one on the left.
Might as well.
Okay.
Oh, we'll be
But-
seeing each other in jail soon enough if we're not dead.
He said you can't harm him by blood or something?
By pain of
No.
blood. So effectively, if they harm him, they will harm.
But it's not them. Wink.
No, just making sure.
The tiny loophole that we found.
Cedric, if you have any non
It's
painful,
like,
you
I'm
might
gonna
be-
hug you and just surge. All right, so how are you addressing? So here's the towers are. They're not particularly large dwarves, and they're just spiral staircases that go up to the top of their ramparts, of which there are manned ballistas. They're more technology looking than others, with a detection system, targeting system, and then a big ass fucking beam cannon, effectively, that's made out of crystal.
How do they work? If they're not manned, do they not go off?
How they work. So if they're not manned, the detection system goes off, and it will send off an alarm, and that is used to guide the firing. So it's kind of like, think aliens. You got like a motion sensor. That will always be on, but then someone has to go up, man it, and then fire the fucker.
Okay, so it won't actually go off, but the alarm will go off. So he could potentially get out and then blink out before they hit him.
Correct.
So we have to distract the guards.
However you want to handle that, yeah.
This is like the setting, like, it's the time that Zana has to show her boobs. Like,
what is Cedric gonna do? Just kill a dwarf?
I'll show him mine.
Look at these wonderful chest crystals. The Voske crystals.
It's interesting to look at them.
Wait, which spell should I use? I still have a charge on my staff, so...
You do.
I'm gonna cast... Or are you gonna do something first, Sana?
Well, we have to go up to each. There's 2 ballistas, so you have to go up to yours,
Right.
and I have to go up to mine.
I cast darkness on the area around the dwarf and the ballista.
Solid. So your plan is to go up there, and once you've got the signal, darkness spell.
Yeah.
Okay, solid. Okay, so Zana, you know that your new nemesis is stalking you in hatred, up the thing, not far away, seething in anger.
We hate each other so much.
Okay, so you go up, closely followed by your nemesis. What are you doing with this situation?
So he's following me?
Yes.
Like up to the ballista?
Much stealthier than you, but yes.
Well, yes.
Well, actually, not that much stealthier than you, if you want to be stealthy.
So, is it now just me and him going up the staircase? Like, is anyone else around me?
No. Fairly good distraction. Like, it's very poorly manned. It seems like this is the best place to leave Duodecim in terms of visibility.
Oh, no, I just want to turn around and be like, so how are you going to hurt him?
Who are you going to ask? Who are you asking? Your nemesis?
My new nemesis.
You're asking for information and help from someone.
No, I can't, because I hate him. We hate each other. I will just keep going up and making sure he's behind me, because you know you want to keep
stabbing you right
close.
in the back. Right in the back. He's got a dagger ready. Just
you keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
That's true.
I need to make sure that he's very close to me.
He's so close. You can feel the lack of shadow on his presence and the wisps of his hair offending you.
Yes, they offend me so much.
Go ahead.
So I'm just gonna keep going because
there's a dwarf. There's a dwarf up there that's gonna then spot you and be like, "What are you doing up here?"
It's like, there was a lot of commotion downstairs, and I really need your assistance. There's a guy was trying to attack me, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't see anyone around. Can you help me, please?
Roll persuasion.
I know this is not going well.
Even then, he still can't unman the ballista.
Right. Nope.
Nope.
Like, Mom, we'll get one of the guards downstairs to help you. Yep. This is very important work.
Oh god, I feel like her only option is to flash her boobs at this point.
I mean,
or to harmlessly disable him. You could just try to harm him or put him to sleep.
You could also throw him off the balcony.
I'm not going to kill someone.
It's an option.
There's probably like a a stack of hay somewhere. Throw him off.
Yeah,
That's great.
listen, I was downstairs and I looked up and I saw you on the and you're a good-looking dwarf.
I
And
know
this
I wanted to
Have
talk
you
to
been with
you.
the dwarf before?
Yep,
Yeah.
she's gonna have to unfortunately use her feminine wiles to get her out of this. So she's gonna have to do that. She's like, okay, you caught me. I'm sorry. I saw you from down there, and I didn't know what I was gonna say to be able to, get the guts to talk to you. And I thought that if you were gonna save me, that maybe you would be more willing to talk to me.
Good. Go ahead and roll persuasion to seduce the dwarf.
Yeah.
This is so awkward. I have to take off my headphones.
This is great.
It hurts you in the stomach. Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Better.
Slightly better, not horrible.
He is like, well, show me to this evildoer so that I may protect you.
Oh, thank you so much.
And then, like, literally, because Dante's behind, he just dives out of the way. He's like, oh, shit! And he just dives out. He grabs, like, a cloak. He's barely covered. He's like a bad lampshade situation. Like, if I stay close, I am furniture. And the dwarf escorts you down looking for this ne'er-do-well. Alright, so...
That's like
the worst. Layla, you are escorted out. And you get a certain bit away before you hear this loud piercing. This is where Ryan and Donovan will hear it, 'cause it clacks out through the entire city. A loud siren scream from the ballistas as the detection mechanisms go off. Now the dwarf is fumbling like, oh bloody hell! We're under invasion! He kind of just like slap fights with Cedric because you both can't see each other. And then the person is like, looks to you, to Zana, and like, you succubus! as he stubbly tries to run back to the thing, and then the incubus looks at Layla. It's like, oh, go to bed, take a nap, and Layla's like, oh, it's sleep time, and he starts booking it. He gets he can go really fast, and then you hear zip, and a big old bolt of light just streaks about good, I don't know, 5 to 15 feet into the grass and vaporizes him.
Yay, murder!
Dante!
I need a body. I would like a body or something close to that, because I swear, if he used one of his actions to become ethereal, ooh, but even if he didn't know, I'm fine.
Don't give the GM suggestions.
Oh, you didn't hear that.
That's okay. These things pierce the veil. That's why he couldn't just jaunt himself out. Otherwise he would just jaunt and leave.
Yeah.
That's true.
Anywho, so meanwhile, so that the dwarf comes up, are you gonna follow the dwarf at all, Zana? Or are you just gonna
The
be
dwarf
like,
that went up?
Get out.
Yeah.
You should probably pretend to be.
I'm going to try to protect myself and run up and be like, oh no, is everything okay?
Oh,
so
no.
that I don't get arrested for potentially being a prostitute or something.
What is Cedric doing? Is he just trying to...
I dispel the darkness and I just get in the position to be arrested.
Okay, you see the position?
Yeah. There's no way I'm getting out of this.
You could just climb down and run.
You just come down and run? Yeah, like,
I
get out of there?
thought you just casted darkness from a distance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you didn't have to be in the middle of darkness if you didn't want to. You could have looked up.
Yeah,
and
you
been
could
like,
just cast it.
Yeah.
I was wondering why you said I was getting in a slap fight.
Because it sounded hilarious. That's the only reason why.
Alright, so then yeah. I'm getting down there.
Alright. So the dwarf, so are you chasing after him at all?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, because I'm going to pretend that I had no idea what was going on. And I'm so sorry if I hurt or that I pulled him away from his post. How could I? That was so reckless of me. I'm sorry for
you get up to the top and you see Dante, who's like on the ramparts, having fashioned some rope. He's like, scoundrel! And you're like, he's like, Dante Leon! He just jumps off. It's like, who was that? Dante Leon, you daft dwarf!
The lazy mice strike again.
And as everyone rushes the field, just Just Dante, like, booking it like Princess Bride just across the field.
Remember, this is the day.
He
that
turns
you almost
around.
lay.
Almost caught.
Don't
He stops at the charred mark and does a little dance, and he just...
Good.
And then here's the chars being up and goes, oh shit. Then
This is the day.
the dwarf looks at Zana. I'm like, I'm sorry that I insinuated you were involved with this heinous act, milady. Would you like to go to a tavern?
Act defended.
I don't know
I've
with all this
defended your
commotion.
honor.
I'm so. It's like I'm so confused and worried. I think I need to go to my family now. I'm so sorry. I can't. I don't know what I was thinking. I shouldn't have pulled you from your post.
He's like, I understand. He's like, damn you, Dante Leon! And meanwhile, Cedric just got front row popcorn seating to everything because no one suspects him at all. He's like, darkness is a terrible thing to see or not see. At this point, I'd assume that Orion and Donovan are like, what's going on? Because they did go in that direction. All right, so you'd meet up with the damsel in distress. Well, technically, Layla's just sleeping.
I'm just like, oh no.
Alright, yeah, I'm heading over to where Layla is.
Okay.
Me too, to make sure she's okay.
Wait, we're there now?
Along the way, I asked Sana, that was an impressive plan.
Good job, Xano!
Bravo.
It's really all.
If only I was born a woman and I could just have it so easy.
We have Dante to thank for that.
Nobody ever respects. Dante
Really?
Leon.
Dante Leon!
Yes,
Dante?
my mortal nemesis did that for us as our own loophole
Your
for
mortal
the contract.
nemesis who helped us out.
He
Killed a friend of yours.
He killed a friend, and as you know, Safina loved Balefire, so we loved Balefire.
Oh no, I get that. I'm just saying, asking this sarcastically. Your mortal enemy helped us out.
Oh, yes.
I don't think he realized that he was helping us. He thought that he was,
He just
working
also
us.
hated that specific door.
Mm-hmm.
Right, whatever. Well, let's go see if Layla's fine.
She's fine. She just wakes up like, I've been roofied. One of those moments.
It's not like that.
We need to get you more mentally strong. This is what I'm learning.
I think
Layla,
it's
don't lie.
and it's not working real great, but it is working.
You definitely liked it. At least that's what I saw when you were
not the
charmed.
holdback that you are.
You still have that wine.
Can we have Layla just like mindlessly start mining because her brain is just so confused? It's just like
she wakes up, she's like, I don't know, this feels right.
Just tapping her knuckles against the ground.
What's her right hand doing?
Sword.
They're digging in the dirt.
You have sufficiently
I pull her
wrapped up
up.
Balefire.
Well, I mean, we didn't. Okay, so we didn't get his information, but
he's dead.
He is dead. So I mean, it didn't help our goal that much, but I feel better.
I don't
Yeah,
feel
at
bad
least
about
we
it.
got him. At least we took
That's
care
what
of an
charmed me.
incubus.
Some closure.
And his heart was worth a lot of money.
It was.
Well, money.
It was, but
There's nothing left over his charred remains.
No!
Yeah.
no. You kind of gave him his heart back, so we had to improvise after that. But the main important part is that you're alive.
Thank you for that, both of you.
See, I am nice.
Do
I
Orion
help
and
people
Donovan
out.
show up?
What's up?
Why do you guys never trust me?
I said I trust you.
We
you
all admitted to that.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
we all admitted to trusting
Right in
you.
front of you.
Remember, then you tried to smile and you got knocked.
It's like,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I thought
yeah.
you guys were just being sarcastic.
no.
Donovan is never sarcastic.
You're an asshole, but you're not a devious asshole.
I
an
prefer you
incubus.
take out the asshole
Or
part.
you're more
Maybe
of
even
you're a
devious.
trustworthy asshole. Like
I prefer you take the asshole part.
Then don't be an asshole.
that's the easy
I'm
way to
not.
go about this.
I just like to insult things.
In an
That's being
asshole
an
way.
asshole.
It's like I'm not an asshole. I just like to act
beg
like
to-
one.
I beg to differ.
If you,
It just
keep
shows I've had a
trying-
traumatized childhood.
We've all had some pretty weird childhood. My mom's dead. You don't see me being pissy about it.
She
Well,
coped very well with that fact.
I'll again say, go through what I did and then say that again. But in any case, let's go find Orion and Donovan.
What a coincidence! They are, stubbily walking your way because there was a loud alert.
What happened?
So
Balefire's dead.
we can't get Balefire to say what he saw, but we did kill him.
Oh, cool. How?
I feel good
Why?
about that.
Oh, you see the ballista up there?
Because
Oh,
he
a legendary Dantalian.
he's
What?
charmed.
Okay, Leon.
Are you telling me that Dante Leon escaped?
They almost cut.
Sí,
Leon.
señor.
This was the day. Friends, let us hold hands. This was the
Yeah,
day. And
did
we
he-
almost slayed Dante Leon.
Dante Leon.
Did Dantalian take out his sword or rapier or whatever and carve a D into the wall?
He did not.
Yes.
DL on the DL.
Just give the wall the D. No, he did not.
Guys, is this a Puss in Boots reference? No.
Indeed.
No, it's Zorro.
Okay.
Zorro.
I know, I'm just kidding.
We want the Disney
Oh, yeah.
angle.
Are you?
Carved into
Nah,
her
because
clothes.
Puss in Boots and Shrek, they use the same idea.
I
Something
haven't
that-
watched that movie in a while, so
And it was funny that Antonio Banderas was also Puss in Boots.
Yep.
Yeah,
He was
exactly.
Zorro.
It was very well casted, indeed.
Ah.
So no, he just went with the swashbuckling and rappelling down the wall
He went with the not dying.
and not dying.
Man, I
the Robin
really
Hood.
have mixed emotions about Dante.
You
I
should.
love Dante's great.
You should.
Yeah,
like
no,
it.
he's actually a really cool dude.
Oh, I thought we were
He's-
still hating him. My bad, I
He
love him.
saved Layla's
I mean,
life.
no,
Nemesis.
he's-
Oh no, but he's my mortal nemesis.
Oh, he's your mortal
Oh.
nemesis. But I can still think he's okay. 'cause
I
he
think
did
so.
something
Yes.
in my life.
I love him.
Why are you being? Why is he your mortal nemesis? Were you racist against him or something?
Yes. It is an unknown fact that I am very racist against
Elves.
demons and
Tieflings.
devils.
You know,
I
Donna,
get the racism thrust at me. I have to throw it somewhere else. It's a coping mechanism.
I wish I had one of those.
Oh
just
hush!
let
Talk
me
to your
race this
sword.
pick a race.
But
No, I give Donovan the
I'm
rock.
glad you're
Talk
okay.
to this rock from
Thank
now
you.
on.
This rock.
But it's Harry.
It's a sentient rock.
Now it is.
No,
Yes.
you can convince him of that with a good persuasion roll. Which
I
with
will.
Cedric's persuasion could be done. Yeah.
I will try.
Or actually, that would be deception.
Yeah, well, I have basically the same.
Same.
I have,
Yeah. Efficiency in both.
Nat 20, nat 20.
Ah! Well, there's one way out of this. So if you can roll insight with a nat 20, there you go, bud.
I'm gonna take my chance.
Gonna take my chances.
No. I wanna die.
I never lie.
Nope. Do you have a sentient? You also have a sentient rock.
Ha ha! In your faces, you.
Their names are Ozzy and Vinny.
They're very shy. They don't talk much. It took a
Yeah,
while.
okay.
Yeah. But they hear. They're good listeners.
Wow, Donovan, you
They like
have
being
proved
cuddled
that
at
wrong.
night.
He has a therapist rock.
He has a therapist rock for when his
I'm
his
ju-
sentient sword is fighting with him.
I actually genuinely hope he talks to the rock more than his sword. That might actually help him. In a way.
because they won't talk back.
Exactly.
Donovan,
the
you have
27
proved us wrong.
deception roll. Yeah.
That rock must be special.
The most special.
Very special rock.
I mean, my deception's so good, you all think it.
He is your resident magic caster. He could come with a very convincing reason. I think Layla might have some doubts, but with 27, yeah, you pretty much all do.
I weave in a little bit about how my wild magic affected it.
Oh,
He placed a bit of his soul into it, and now it's sentient. Clearly, that's how it works.
ew. Doesn't
Not-
that technically mean I'm holding your heart?
Oh.
No.
It's not
Just a
that
little bit
gross.
of you
I've
and
touched
everyone.
grosser heart.
Like I've touched growth. It's just
Oh yeah, does that mean so? Yeah, the heart's all. Balefire's heart also disintegrated.
Yes, that is definitely gone.
Yeah, that
Was that important?
in him. Oh, so close, though.
Damn it,
What?
they're rolled 19.
Was his heart important?
Do I have like a little doubt?
No.
Damn it.
Because then I'm looking at 27 versus 24, and the answer is no.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
Well, it is
What?
7:33 here. Do
It
we want
is.
to call it here?
It is a good time to call it. So Donovan asked the question if the heart was important, but you can take that to Discord. So,
Alrighty.
good session. We rolled all of like 6 times, maybe. I don't know. Not a whole lot.
Conversation for the win.
I think the most time we spent was on talking about how to deal with 7.
Yeah.
Possible.
Which is a lessons learned
worked
for
out.
the shenanigans of Discord. Because it seems like there were some... We had to take like an hour. Pineapple Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut stream.
Oh yeah.
Yo, yeah. Cutting that stream. Our 3 followers.